Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody.
Oh yeah. While I can.
Yes, yes, that's what I
Your
like to see.
shirt's so good.
It is
I
so
would
good.
Show off my sweet abs, but they've not existed yet. So that you this.
Oh gosh.
Oh, boy.
I'm wearing kind of a plainer one today. I wear a Star Wars shirt every single episode though, so
True.
I only own one, and I get made fun of if I wear it any other day. But today, I made it.
I know, I was like, who's making fun of you?
That's silly, yeah.
My fiance.
I do have a Darth Vader #1 dad one that somebody bought for me, but it's in a small, so it's like, hey.
Can you wear that one for us? This is the perfect occasion for it.
So Maggie, you want me to put on a small, really, really tight T-shirt for you?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Could you just go do
I
it real quick,
second that.
actually?
Go change
I'll be
your-
right back.
All
No
right.
belly shirt for us.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Goodbye, Scott. Goodbye, goodbye.
This is the day we got Lost Initiative show banned on Twitch.
Hey, you can show
Fucking
your midriff,
finally.
you just can't show your boobies. So as long as
Most
he's not.
people. Scott, we don't know yet. We'll see what Twitch.
Yeah,
rules.
Scott's internet.
Also, boys
nonsense.
can show their boobies now.
What?
They reversed. Yeah, they reversed.
That's
that a while
bullshit.
ago.
If,
No,
they,
that
if I
should be
can't show
equal.
my boobies, you shouldn't be able to show yours.
I agree.
Fuck it. Why? Just like no
Maybe
clothing.
it's because I
Who
also
cares?
don't want to see man boobies. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that one, to be honest with you.
male body is not. It's not good.
It can be if we work on it enough,
I don't
but
know. I think male body is pretty sexy too.
Yeah.
I am
I think both.
Side with-
Both have their attractiveness.
I am a
just saying.
Pillsbury
Yeah.
Doughboy, so
There is the occasional male I see. and I'm
You
like,
are not, Mathis. You are like a tiny dude. Stop it.
no,
I
wrong.
probably
weigh like 220, Mike. What are you at?
Actually, I
like
think you are skinnier than me. There's a picture of us standing next to each other,
Yeah.
and I think you're skinnier than
No,
me.
I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. I'm just wearing a
I
baggier
just-
shirt in that picture.
I have-
Last I weighed myself,
Curves.
I'm a 185.
I wish I could get back down.
Yeah, you weigh more than me. But you're also taller than me.
How
I'm
tall are
tiny.
Me, I'm like 5'8".
Yeah, I'm like 5'2".
You guys all look the same to me.
We're all on camera at a very specific angle to
I'm
keep
very
it.
He's
sorry,
like,
but I
you all
always
look
put
the
it off
same.
of everyone's heads. You all look the same.
I'll share a picture for you, Wade, of us.
Okay, that's
IRL,
good.
and then you
I'd
can
love to
look-
see what the world looks like from your guys' level. I reached
Every time people see me
6'2".
in photos, they're always like, "You are fucking small." I'm like,
Mm.
"Yeah." I think people think I'm huge or something because the camera you can't tell.
You
Unless
definitely
people
look
are,
tall.
Like 5'10" or higher.
I am not.
They honestly
like
all kind of
tiny
blend
person.
in to me. Like unless they're kids, like I can tell obviously when someone's like 4.
Yeah,
But-
well, yeah.
Other than that, when people are like, "Oh, I'm like 5'4", I'm only 5'3", it's like, okay, so your hair is like an inch closer to my nose. That's great.
Oh, there we
You
go.
can't tell
Oh,
my-
there he is. There's the man
Oh, see, that
himself.
doesn't look bad.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I don't-
honestly.
Yeah, it makes you look like you got like a lot of muscles underneath there. You know?
Yo, you look great in that shirt.
Yeah.
Saying 210 pounds of pure bent iron and sexy right here.
Great.
Good thing you're
I
married already.
swipe right, personally.
Also, I just want to say Scott has like a mermaid thing, and it's perfect because it's mermaid.
Oh.
Yeah, because also
Okay.
you
It's
got
too
like
many different
everything
months,
covered.
man. Speaking of Star Wars is like 2 months now. It has May because of May the 4th, and it has December when all their movies come out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
fine.
it's
It's
just-
my favorite universe. They can.
Me
take the
too.
whole-
I'm just saying it's very confusing for me because I do like Star Wars month stuff in December, and I'm like, no, wait, it's also May is their
Have
month
they
as well.
ever done a May 4th release of one of their movies? I don't think. they
No,
have.
but they're getting close with Solo. Solo's coming out in a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
they teased. They're like, "Oh, we know you guys love May the 4th, but we're gonna make it May 27th."
Yeah,
or
something later.
So kind of
Honestly,
annoying.
they're already gonna get a bunch of shit from today anyway, so it's like why double
Yeah.
dip?
Well, and I bet a lot of the
You
reason
can make
too
multiple days for
is they're
people
trying
to
to-
buy stuff.
they're trying to keep Solo away from their other franchise, Marvel, and Infinity War just hit, so they probably don't want them two
That's
competing.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I went and saw Infinity Wars last night, and I hate
Spoil it for the
previews.
audience.
I've said it a trillion times. Unfortunately, my wife likes previews.
I love
So I saw the Han Solo preview, and now I'm like, ruin all the funny jokes. I'm holding a knife. Ruin all the
I was
funny
like,
jokes.
why?
You're so mad.
I did notice that. You're like, I'm gonna go change shirts, and you came back weaponized.
Yeah, like why are you a weapon now?
I have ham.
Yeah,
I
we're not-
really hate previews.
Here's the thing with when it comes to Solo, the Star Wars. It's the first Star Wars movie I don't want. I don't want to know about Han Solo's past. I like the fact that he was a puckish rogue with a murky history. And now we're
Yeah.
getting contractually 3 fucking movies with young Han Solo in it. I don't want
Donald
it.
Glover in Star Wars.
Listen,
though.
he looks
How
like an
wonderful
amazing.
is
He
that?
he
Give
looks like
us
an
the
amazing.
Lando movies. then,
Yeah,
maybe.
I'll take a Lando movie
Fuck yeah! You know what? I can agree with that.
because he is not like a major character, but he has a really suave just presence on the screen. I'd love to
Yeah.
see his history.
Totally.
But
Well,
Solo,
that's also a charismatic character, whereas Han Solo was not a charismatic character. He's just a dick with a gun. So
I would
I mean, he has-
argue he's charismatic.
he has
I
no,
think
he has
he's
one-liners, but he's not
charismatic.
charismatic.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
he
I
doesn't.
see, you can't
He
compare
doesn't
him to
really talk
Lando.
himself through situations. He tries to, screws up, then has to blast his way out every time.
Yeah, you're
Every
right.
time.
You're right. You got it. I won't disagree. He has a charismatic. He has a great, in World of Darkness terms, presence stat. Han Solo has a hell of a presence. He's just not very manipulative or persuasive.
Yeah, you could be. Yeah.
All
I
right.
like to think when George Lucas was inventing, like, writing the Star Wars universe, he was like, I wonder what their D&D stats would be.
No, that did not happen. No. I don't think George Lucas put much thought into any of the universe he's crafted, which is why they're all fucking all over the place. So, look at Legends. That's all I have to say. Look at
what I call a
Legends.
hot mess, like good
Yeah.
attractive mess. Star Wars is an attractive mess.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
you're
is-
wrong. I love it. Like when I run Star Wars, I like taking Legends materials.
Oh
right?
yeah, there's some legends. Pick and choose your
allowing
legends.
it the shade to play in a game is hardcore Legends materials. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
that's not canon. So
Well,
Yeah,
the Old
yeah.
Republic game is still technically canon, right? 'Cause it's
I don't think so.
No, it is technically it is Legends, though it's arguable because Revan is canon. Revan existed. He made appearance in the recent cartoon series. He
if
exists.
they had taken that away, the world would have exploded.
But like
Disney would
the
be like-
games and like the story involving those games are debatable, but the protagonists from both of them also are
But
canon.
whenever they give us our Revan movies, then we'll see.
I want a Kenobi. I'll take a Kenobi movie. Chat's like, I'll take Kenobi. I'll take Kenobi.
I'll
when,
take
he-
Kenobi.
when he's on Tatooine.
Yeah, honestly, episodes
okay, Tatooine, yeah.
episodes 1, 2, and 3 are Kenobi movies.
True.
Because who gives a shit about Hayden Christensen? So
Wait, how would you guys feel about a Boba Fett movie?
uh,
Yeah,
Like
Boba
a
Fett is
bunch of
only cool because of
Bounty
fanfic.
hunting.
I would take I don't need a Boba Fett bounty hunting movie.
the
I will take a
adventure of
bounty hunter movie set in the Star Wars universe about a new
Yeah.
character, though.
In
About
Boba
a
Fett,
better
a
character?
cameo or something, yeah.
Yeah, something that's
Characters
maybe
are cooler because we don't know about them. I feel like they'd lose that appeal if we knew more.
yeah. Darth Bane is canon too, but again, to what extent is arguable. Like he existed, but the books, the aspect of the books where he comes from, there's aspects that are canon, and the rest is just schlock that they've called legends. It's very difficult to know what aspects are not and what aspects are.
But again, it's one of those things where if you watch episodes 4, 5, and 6, Boba Fett is a piece of shit character that died to a sarlacc and an accidental bump by a blind guy. Like, he's not a cool character. He's super lame. But uber nerds back then were like, he's the best. So he made a reappearance in episodes 1, 2, and 3, which luckily
In
you
that
haven't
case,
seen.
Vader
And he was
basically
mediocre
his
there.
finger in a light socket. I mean,
I'm thinking about watching 1, 2, and 3. I've been thinking about it.
If you do, watch 2 and 3 and then go back to 1. Like I'm told that the best way to watch the series is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then go back to 1, and then you can throw in the side
I
universe
watched them
ones.
all in order.
So because number 1 is not like the rest of them. It actually is a prequel, whereas the rest of them kind of run together. But,
Okay.
you know. So that's
That's true.
you know.
Anyway, should we play some?
Yeah, we should play some Star
Games?
Wars instead of talking about Star Wars, since we're trying to play Star
I don't mind
Wars.
talking about Star Wars.
I love
Honestly,
talking
it's
about-
May the 4th, so we
Yeah.
can do whatever the fuck we want.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a bonus sode with
It's a
a
bonus-sode. A boner-sode. Yes.
Boner so. Oh no.
Hashtag boner-sode. Oh, see, exactly. Exactly.
Let's have some destiny points.
Okay, yeah, let's get everything going, and then we'll pick up where we left off, and then
We're gonna have to reset those, Mike, because
yeah,
we
I know.
failed.
Okay, gotcha. So I need to pop out my dice pool and clear the pool. Force player update.
Kyle, that's my name. Kyle.
Kyle is your name, yes. That is correct. And let me make sure I get the rolls up on screen for everybody. All right, if you're ready to roll, sync up and then go ahead and roll Destiny.
I'm synced up.
Good start.
All right.
Good start.
Oh, come on.
All
Good
right.
start.
Oh,
See, see,
man.
Yes!
Come on!
Yes!
Why does this happen every time?
We've had one episode that we had light side points. One.
And that was the only episode where things went kind of well for you.
Shocking.
Oh,
All right, so now we know how tonight's gonna go.
I don't know how you managed to rig this dice pool. I just love to know.
Let me just be clear. The last one to touch this game was Scott.
Listen, no. Do
Yes.
not
Yes.
put this on me.
I'm putting it on you,
Do not
dude.
put this on me.
Too
It's
late.
funny, he couldn't touch the broadside of a truck, but he could touch this.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Still bitter.
As you probably always will be when you find out what happened. Okay.
Well, when we play our other characters.
I gave Scott. Well, Scott doesn't know. Scott knows enough, but he doesn't. He's a smart man. He's smart. I'm smart. He doesn't know the plot really. He knows some background machinations happening, so he can set the evil campaign properly.
I'm so mad at you for wasting that roll right now.
Yeah, that's a really great roll.
Taxiom.
There was no difficulty, that's why.
Yeah,
there's
there's
no purple
no
in there.
difficulty, that's
There'd
true.
be a
But
bit
it's
of
still a good roll.
So you
I
last
just love that Doxy's like, I'm so mad at you.
you attacked Siam. All right,
As long as
he's
it's not Siam,
Perpetually
I'm fine with people being mad at each
Dude,
other.
I thought we were gonna have a full-on brawl within the party last episode.
It got close. There's tensions
was
are running
close.
hot.
Yeah.
Which is the
Thankfully, I had some alcohol to diffuse the situation.
I think it was my joke that really diffused the situation.
I think it was too.
Anytime Tara does something that she finds
Terrible joke.
is supposed to be like normal human behavior.
Terrible.
Terrible. Hey.
Hey.
Out.
All right.
Waits like peace.
So,
JP, not from you guys.
where we last left off was the successful escape off of Tatooine on a ship that you paid basically bargain bin prices for 3 people and a droid to hop onto and travel to the next stop, whatever their stop was going to be. That was on the YT-1760 with the pilot and his ragtag crew, of which he was very eager to get off of Tatooine himself. When you ended up escaping, Scott ended up plotting a course to the next best planet, maybe a little bit of a distance, but still on the major trade route that you guys are currently on, which the name of that specifically is the Corellian Run trade route. And the planet you're heading to was Radnor. You're going to be on this trade route for a little while, at least about maybe a week to 2 weeks, depending on how things go in hyperspace. The question I have before I start dictating where you are and what's going on is, during that time on the ship, you all have a bunch of time to get to know one another. Obviously, the 4 of you who have spent some time together, but not a great amount of time, at most a few days. And the crew themselves who wander around and do their own thing. If you need a reminder of who's on the crew, you have the Ithorian mechanic who sits in the back. You have a kind of a tough as nails female gunner, a pilot, the captain, who's doesn't seem to have a big force of personality, but people seem to respect him, and the sleazebag that tried to hit on Cora when he
Is
found
that
out.
Daniel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Daniel. Yeah, because I have
Oh, I did not write.
I have John the captain.
Yep, John the
Sarah
captain.
the gunner. Daniel the sleaze.
Yep.
No. The pragmatist.
The pragmatist, right? He saw an opening,
Yeah.
and you miss 100%
absolutely.
of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
Right.
There you
Where
go.
are my notes?
Like I
Gone. Deleted.
Sometimes it's best to say nothing at all, right? Do we know the mechanic's name?
No, not yet. Mechanic has kept to himself. Almost had a conversation with Kyle, then realized Kyle was talking to himself for the most part, and they kind of just shut up and did their own thing, more or less. Okay, so during that week, or say about a week and a half in hyperspace, is there any conversations you're looking to have? Do you try and chat with the crew? I'm just curious what the general mood amongst the ship for the next week or so ends up being for you. I know it's kind of a broad question, but I can basically jump right to coming out of hyperspace if there's nothing you guys want to do or to mingle
I
or any of
would
that
say
stuff.
Siam kind of wants to know more about the mechanic. Maybe to perceive how good the mechanic seems to be at what he does, and
Sure. If
his
you want to
mechanic's friendly, try to get to know him, maybe try to get him to backstab the rest of his crew. And kill them.
so do you want to just are you basically just keeping an eye on him over time, over and just kind of watch him do his
chat
thing?
him up, and then also kind of watch him work and see if he's good or if he's like the rest of these boneheads and doesn't know a wrench from a blaster.
What's your mechanic skill, Siam?
Oh, it's very high. It's 0.
Okay, you're welcome to make because you're just observing him over time, a simple mechanics check, meaning there's no difficulty dice in the pool. You can just throw a mechanics check and see if you understand what he's doing over the course of a week or so.
Oh, good. Definitely not perception. Mechanics. I would agree.
Yeah, you can watch someone.
Oh!
Yeah, you did great. I would say you can watch someone do mechanics, but it doesn't necessarily mean you know what they're doing.
Drinks for Siam.
So you watch him over the course of time, and while you do try and engage him in conversation, the Ithorian doesn't really. He tries to talk back, but he's very awkward. He's most comfortable in that kind of cliche role of the mechanic who sits at the back of the ship, who very much seems to speak the language of the ship better than he speaks the language of
Is he human?
people. No, he's a Thorian. So the Ithorians are like the big T-shaped aliens. They look like slugs, more or less, for chat if they may not know it. But
Does he
yeah,
seem good at what he does?
yes, he seems very, very good at what he does.
Good.
All right, I feel really bad, but what was the gunner's name and the pilot's name again? I'm so sorry.
Sarah and John is the captain.
I think their initials were R, I, and P, other than the mechanic.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna write them down because it's one of those like I've already picked up the situation. I'm like, this isn't gonna go well.
The gunner was what? Was who?
Sarah's the gunner.
Sarah.
Oh, is that what you
John's
asked?
the captain. Daniel is the one that's hidden on
Yep,
you.
yep.
Siam, as far as
Sarah
his
Connor, John Connor.
yeah, exactly.
Bag.
If you ask for his name, he tells you basically his name is too hard for your mouth to pronounce, and just call him Tur. Tur.
Okay.
Tur. It's easier to go by.
Last name
Dude.
Dempsey, so it's Turd.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is his
Just
last.
doing that joke.
Sorry, Scott.
I was too slow. Too slow.
But that's the name you get. But other than that, you don't get much personally. He's very, like I said, he's very awkward to converse with, though he's friendly and he tries to be friendly.
I want to wine and dine this guy. I want him like, I'm gonna send Cora there. Cora, you should wine and dine this guy. You're nice.
What?
Not like in a weird way, but just like a.
So
you're
no,
friendly.
paint me a picture. How do you approach Cora and tell her to go wine and dine the
That's
Ithorian
also
Also,
mechanic?
how long after we took off is this? Because Cora's gonna take a day or two.
It's
Oh.
not gonna be right away. I think Siam can read that you're probably pissed, and based on what he spent his triumph point on, he's gonna, get a little bit of a wide berth just in case.
Can we take this back half a step? How long is the trek from Tatooine to this first stop off world?
About
Week or two.
about a week or two. I said probably like a week and a half. It'll be for you.
And thank you. I honestly did not write this down. What was the name of the planet we were stopping on?
Radnor.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'll be quiet now.
That's all
So
good.
it's my turn.
You're fine.
So yeah, please paint me this picture, Siam. How do you try and tell Cora she should try and wine and
Alright,
dine an
so-
Ithorian?
Siam's in a jovial mood, having seen that this is a mechanic that's maybe worthy of keeping on board. So, in a very Siam way, he's going to understand that, hey, this guy can also take care of our killer robot. So, we need to be nice to this guy. And Cora's good at being nice. Siam's good at not being nice. So, I guess he's gonna walk up and should I just talk to you, Cora, directly? Or okay. Hey, I think that we should get to know this mechanic. I think he could help Tara out a lot and maybe keep our ship up the ship up and running.
Am I near you at all while you're talking?
Sure, you can listen. I don't care. We want to help you. You have
We're
your
probably in a common area, you know.
Okay.
yeah. Like you got the broken comm link, right? So we need to fix your comm.
Oh yeah. I do have the broken comm link.
So I think we should befriend this mechanic and see if we can get him to help out Tara and maybe make sure the ship's. He seems to be very good at what he does. I have a very high skill in mechanics, and this guy, woof, pulls me out of the water.
I was thinking the same thing, but usually a gift kind of greases the wheels on this sort of thing, and I don't have anything I can part with.
I've got alcohol.
All right, I will
much?
invite him to play some cards.
Just
and
keep
drink
away
with
from
us
Schmucky
tonight.
Boy. What's Schmucky Boy's name?
Sorry, who?
Schmucky Boy. Daniel? Is that his name? Yeah, I'm just going with Schmucky Boy.
The
Oh.
sleazy guy? Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah, I'd like to keep as much distance from him as possible.
I can take care of him if you'd like.
I mean, I don't want you to take care of him. Just keep him away from me.
Okay. All right, fine. So,
All right, I will approach Tur.
Short Tur, when you find him where he always is. He's either sleeping in his bunk or he's usually in the engine room taking care of business. And currently he's in the engine room doing what he does, maintenance and all kinds of stuff. So he doesn't notice you when you walk in. Even the clanging of the metals echoing, he seems very lost in his own world, more listening to the whir of the engines than anything else.
All right, I'm gonna like knock on the door jamb and be like, "Hey, Tur,
Sure.
how's it going?"
After you make yourself known, he kind of quickly like looks over his shoulder back at you, and he kind of gives you a half-hearted wave and continues doing whatever he's doing.
So we haven't really spent very much time together, and since we're gonna be in confined quarters together, me and my friends thought that maybe you and some of your friends might want to celebrate tonight and maybe play some cards, drink some ales.
Oh, I mean, I don't really drink all that much, but I do like Sabacc. Sabacc's a great game. Do you? Yeah, sure. I'll play. Do you know what time?
Whenever you're free.
I can be free when the game starts. How about you come get me when you get everybody together? I'm just doing some general maintenance.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go back.
Beer
and
pong. No, I'm just kidding.
And we go back. It's like a party happening.
Now I'm
Real
talking to
Russian roulette.
Siam again, and I'm like, all right, we're in. Wasn't even hard.
Good work. I knew you were the perfect person for the job.
All right. We can fast forward to the card game at night. We're not going to necessarily make rolls about who wins Sabacc and who doesn't.
Okay.
Why not? Is there a skill for that? Come on.
Yeah, there is, but there's no real stakes here because the goal, I feel, is you're more. So, what are you trying to get out of the mechanic specifically?
We want to befriend him.
In
Okay.
case I get trigger happy with the other 3 members of their crew, I'd like him to stay on our side.
Okay, so that's. So
Or
you're
you
more or
know-
less trying to influence him to be more loyal to you than to the others if the time should come for that.
Yes, and I'm perfectly fine showing a little extra shoulder, whatever it takes.
It specifically if you're looking to make sure someone's more loyal to you than somebody else, outside of befriending them, it's also going to require at some point a leadership check. So leadership is going to be where that's going to
Aura,
be.
you are the lady for this.
But that's a leadership role might not necessarily come until that time of turning comes. So you're more
Okay.
just trying to butter him up and keep him happy, I guess, with you. And
To
that's
make it a less difficult role.
more or less.
We'd
So
also like to get him to maybe fix Terra's comm before we land. I'd like him to
oh
Terra to
yeah, for sure. That-
Totally.
no problem. That's pretty easy to get him to do.
And I want to teach Tara how to play the card game.
Okay, so Tara's
my
going to
God.
be there. So who attends the card game? So Tur is going to be there. Since Cora's going to be there, Daniel's going to be there. The captain says he's not going to be there. He wants to make sure everything's going to be running smoothly.
I will be more than happy to be like, no, go have fun, get to know them. I'm gonna take care of this.
You sure? I could sit by the captain and keep him company.
Why don't you get to know the captain? Maybe you guys would be good friends.
Maybe I'll go play cards instead. I'll be the card game.
He's actually kind of not buttered up to you over the course of a week just because he was so impressed with your astrogation skills that he accepts your proposal and it's like, all right, you have the helm tonight, just don't fuck her up too much.
And we invite Sarah as well.
And Sarah actually doesn't join. She has no interest in gambling.
Where's she? Is she off in a quiet?
She's off doing her own thing in her own bunk usually. 90% of the time, Sarah keeps to herself unless needed.
I don't really have any silent weapons. All
Well,
right.
we need her to come have fun.
You got 2 out of the 4. That's not bad. Or 3 out of the 4 rather. That's not bad.
Can we please trade her for Daniel?
You knew
No.
we wouldn't. You knew.
I know. I knew he was going to be there.
Okay. So you want to charm Tur, correct? That's like the goal here. Okay. Why don't you go ahead then and just make a difficult charm roll. He seems
Okay.
very standoffish, doesn't seem to engage in a lot of conversation.
Right.
So it's not easy for you to get a good read on him and how to engage him immediately. So it's,
Sure.
like I said, it's going to be a difficult roll. So you may make
All right.
that roll when you're ready.
So, Tur, where are you from?
Beautiful. He looks to you and kind of answers very matter-of-factly. He just says he's from his home world where the Ethorians are come from, which I believe is called Ethor, specifically.
Where is that at?
Oh, on the galaxy map? I'd have to look. I think it's somewhere in the galactic north, but I have to double check.
All right. So what'd you do there?
Oh, I didn't stay there long. My parents were both mechanics, and I kind of took up the tools of the trade. And when I was of age, I attended school, and then found a job. Here I am. And he kind of like looks around. Might not seem like much, but I like this ship a lot. I've been with it for a few years now, and I know it inside and out.
How much are you worth?
He immediately looks to you, he's like, come again?
How much are you worth?
Do you mean how much am I paid?
I think she means how many chips do you have in our sabacc game?
He looks down, he's like, oh, and then he just rattles off how much money he's got in chips.
Oh, what an interesting worth. Cora, please go on. I'm just like looking at Tara like.
So is it always the same crew on this ship then?
I'm looking at Kyle very like, I do not
Quizzically.
understand.
He looks over, he's like, I was actually the last new hire they've made since I've been here, so I've been with these guys for a few years. Yeah. Good people. Some a little hard to get along with in the beginning, but I promise if you warm up to them, they're good people.
Ooh,
See, I'm gonna like
turd.
lean back and just yawn a little bit to himself, roll his eyes like.
Turd. Dish. This is about fun and getting to know each other.
He actually, like, it's hard to read him because he has two mouths, one on each side.
Right.
And so, like, a smile is hard to read. But the way his body, because you're so used to reading somebody's body in their emotion, the way he almost is sheepish when you bring it up. And he's like, no, I like these guys, they're great people.
Oh, that's really nice.
And he kind of just, like, shrugs and he kind of goes to his cards and he, like, plays his hand.
I gotta
Alright.
frame these guys for some. I gotta flip this guy. Great. Okay.
So I also want to be teaching Tara how to play though.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So you're going to teach Tara how to play cards, sabacc.
Yeah.
As far as, like...
roll for that.
Yeah, as far as a skill roll is concerned for that, let me pop open a sheet real quick and take a look at what I would have you roll to teach somebody sabacc.
I feel like it's something that me and my uncle would have played together a lot on those lonely farm nights.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally
You know the
farm
game.
nights.
No question. It's just more or less you have the ability to get the point across with the game
Right.
clearly.
Education?
Yeah, that's what I keep looking at. Education might be like the best way to do it, and it would be just what's your intelligence,
Not good.
Tara?
Oh, okay.
Oh, 1.
Okay, also not that good. It might be difficult, but you are gonna give it your all to teach her how to play sabacc. It's gonna be another difficult education role. We'll go with
Okay.
that.
What am I supposed to do?
All right, Tara, I'm going to make this play. Do you know why?
No, I do not understand.
All right.
He's like, I don't know either.
Well,
Listen,
just
I'll just
because I
use
don't
his
want to
voice
show
for-
everybody my hand, as soon as it's my turn again, I'll show you again, and we'll see if you can find the pattern. And
I will try to decipher the pattern.
Give it another shot. You're welcome to give it another roll.
Okay.
This time it's gonna get a black dice thrown in because of how miserably you failed.
Okay. Golly. Without that black dice, I would have won.
It's true. It's
I'm
true.
gonna chime in after
Tara's
Maggie.
like-
Go ahead, Maggie.
Tara's like, I could not decipher this pattern.
Can I
am I
assist to
looking
give her a
for
blue die? Be like, all right, listen. Here's what she's trying to say. Here you
So
go.
hold on. Wait. Can Kyle hear what's going on?
Oh yeah, the ship's not that big. The common room is like pretty directly
Right there,
adjacent to the cockpit. Yeah.
So can I like get up, walk over there, look over Tara's hand, and just like place down a
It's
hand,
my
try to
hand.
teach
She's
her?
looking at my hand.
Oh, she's looking at your hand.
She's overlooking Cora's hand as Cora's trying to teach her from her hand. But you're welcome to go over there and do what you want. The ship's more or less on autopilot.
We're both going to assist. Kyle and I are assisting.
Do I get the black die or no?
Do you get the black die? No,
Yeah.
no. You haven't really made an attempt to educate.
So this hasn't been going on for seconds. It's been going on for a little while, right?
Yeah, each education roll is going to be like a hand or two, a few minutes
Okay.
pass, that kind of thing.
So finally, I just be like, oh my god, and get up and just like walk over there. And so Kyle's gonna does he have to roll anything to give me? Sorry, does Sam have to roll anything to give me the blue die, or do I just get it?
I'm just going to give you, if you're saying Siam's going to assist, I'm just going to say go ahead and Siam assists and gives you a blue die.
All right, cool.
Do you want to give it
So-
to yourself? You want me to give it to you?
To me.
The blue. Okay.
Can I
yeah.
also assist?
You can make it an attempt to assist, but you failed so much that you're gonna have to make a roll to try and assist.
What do I have to roll?
Education.
No.
You've confused Terra on two hands so far, so it's a little more difficult. So go ahead and make your roll when ready. All right, you don't assess.
Ways.
She passes
I
out.
don't get all this strain, do I?
No. This is like narrative strain. I'm just using it to give you like a black dice here and there.
All right, so Cora's getting frustrated.
You're getting frustrated.
Cora's so good
So,
at
like,
this game,
I
there's
imagine-
people that can't explain it, so she's like stressing herself out.
I
and
imagine
she's
what-
like, I'm
I
just-
sense that your tension is rising.
I imagine like Kyle's like trying to dictate what's going on, and then Cora's like, no, I would do this instead, just further confusing Terra before Kyle makes his roll.
Does that negate the blue die?
No,
or do I still
no.
get it?
You still
Okay,
get the
okay.
blue die.
Is it set up?
Yep, it's all set.
So he's gonna walk over and be like, Tara, I'm gonna say T3R4. It's very simple. It works like this.
And you succeed in enough in explaining the hand.
And I imagine some of that is aggravation. Just like, no. And I'm gonna bring it down to the most layman speak as possible because I'm used to astromech droids. So I'm gonna speak to her like I'm speaking to an astromech droid. And then as soon as she like gets it, I'm like, and go back to the pilot. And go cockpit.
Ah.
Kyle. Do you get why I made my plays now, Tara?
I do not understand why you made your plays, but I do understand what Kyle is proposing.
Basically, what Terra now understands is the basics of the game, you know, and from there, more or less.
She can't comprehend my high-level plays.
But soon we get her to a casino. We lead her in there. She can memorize the decks and stuff, and just walk out.
However, I would like
I'm
you
not that intelligent.
throughout this whole encounter. I'm assuming throughout the whole thing you're still engaging Terra and trying to
Yeah,
learn
I
a
was
little
just
bit more.
gonna say.
Yeah. Could you do me a favor and make me just a base standard difficulty perception check on Terra while you're charming him and talking to him and reading his body language? Okay.
All of us are just.
Everybody at the table. Everybody at the table can make that roll. So Siam and Terra, you're welcome to make a perception check as well. Okay?
I am having rough luck tonight, dude.
Oh, thank God.
Great, Terra, the blunt one is going to be the one that sees it. So, Terra, you pick up
The
throughout...
what one? The blunt one?
You're the blunt one. You just, like, you say what you
like,
see.
I already know what Tara's gonna say.
So basically what ends up happening is, like, as Cora is clearly trying to charm, and not necessarily charm, but clearly trying to engage Ter more and more throughout the entire game, due to Ter being one that's a little bit more of a solo guy, Terra and Siam both pick up on it, and they're doing their part, doing what they can to try and butter him up at the very least. However, Terra, you start to notice things when Cora talks about bringing up the crew and how long he's known them and why he's so fond of them. He's very coy and shy and kind of keeps to himself. But you do notice that Ter consistently eyes, in a very shy manner, glances at Daniel every so often.
Okay.
All right.
I would like to just kind of like keep my eye on Daniel.
Sure. Daniel, make a perception check. Since you're the only one that picked up on it, you can take a look at make a perception check on Daniel. Your perception is so bad.
It's terrible. I'm surprised that I'm the one that
Me
found
too.
and saw that.
Perception.
Me
Yeah, I really want to upgrade my percent. I always fuck myself. on
Don't see anything.
Yeah, Daniel doesn't seem to notice. Or at least he doesn't seem to notice to you anyway.
Okay. Is the way that he's looking at him like he's in fear, or
The only thing you know is it's not an aggressive look. He doesn't look like he wants to murder Daniel, so that's a good thing. As to what other emotions he may or may not be feeling, Tara's not entirely sure.
Okay.
Does he have a crush on the asshole? Gosh darn it.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna be like, do you know anything about this model of droid?
And then do you motion over to Tara, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Do you know what Tara... You're the one that knew what Tara was, right?
Yep.
Okay, do you say it specifically, or do you just kind of gesture like this model of droid and keep it kind of vague?
I just say this model of droid because I'm terrible at keeping notes and I don't
Okay.
remember.
She's a Magna Guard, and your character knew that.
Magna Guard.
But the
That's
question is, do you
cool.
want... Because your character knows what they were used for and how rare they are and how old they are. The question is, would Cora say that out loud or not?
Yeah, she still, I don't think would.
Okay, so you just kind of motion over, and
Right.
when you bring up the aspect of like, do you know much about this droid? He actually perks up and is actually a little bit more talkative than he has been about cards and the crew. And he gets up and he's like, you know, you brought and your name is T3R4, and he actually refers to you as like a person, Tara. And he's like, your name is T3R4, like questioningly.
Yes, that is what they call me.
All right, the T3R4. I've never seen a model quite like this before. It actually kind of reminds me of a an older protocol droid model that's been a little retrofitted for whoever ended up retrofitting it for whatever their purposes were, most likely combat from what I've seen of Terra and heard of through the stories. But you don't have your restraining bolt, and that interests me. Not that I think you need a restraining bolt. That's not my call. I don't know much about you and what you are, but I'd be eager to work on. If you need repairs, I'd be eager to at least, take a look at.
I am an IG 100 Magna Guard. I have had 3 alterations, and she is naming off all of the alterations.
Right.
And then the date of when Peter removed her restraining bolt.
He when you kind of cut him off and say that, as soon as you finish, he is for a few beats very quiet, and he's like, Could you repeat your model again?
IG 100 Magna Guard.
And he actually looks over to Cora. He's like, "Are you sure she's not malfunctioning?"
I'm not sure she's not malfunctioning, but we like
Yeah,
her.
she's got like a bad eye and her comm things.
I have several malfunctions.
Yeah.
Could you list them for me?
Communication systems are working at. She lists off percentages, and then she talks about her eye and lists off
Right.
optical orientation is dislocated, and then I think her arm and her leg is also not in maximum shape, right? I believe.
Yeah, you have one of your legs is just wrong, more or less. It's it matches sort of, but a little discolored.
You're Frankenbot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so after you're done listing things
They're
off,
all like, "No, she's fine," and I'm like, "No, I have lots of malfunctions."
okay. He actually, as soon as you're done listing it, he actually seems to loosen up a little bit and seems back in composed, doesn't seem as stunned. And he's like, "Okay, no, I may have heard of that model before. I've never worked on one before, and I'd love to get my hands on you, and if that's what you want, T3R4, and maybe fix up some of the things that I have the ability to fix on with the tools I have on my ship."
I will allow this.
I can definitely fix your communications device, and I don't know if I can really get much else done, but I can at least put you back into a performance where the only malfunctions are visual. Or are on the surface. Your leg, I don't have the parts to replace, and I don't have a replacement for your eye, but I can definitely tinker with the insides and maybe get you back to peak running performance.
This is optimal.
He actually
What gift must I provide to you?
Gift? No gift. You're good.
That is not what they said. And she looks at Siam.
What do you
Stated that we must give you gift in order for repairs.
Oh, like payment. Oh. He kind of brushes his hand. He's like, "The ability to work on a droid that I've never seen before is payment enough for me."
That's nice.
Oh, payment. Worth.
Right, worth. And you're unique enough that that's enough worth. Knowledge is the payment. And he actually reaches into one of his pockets he's got a jumpsuit on that most mechanics wear, and he pulls out a spanner, and he's like, and almost completely forgetting that he was playing a Sabbat game, he's like, I'm gonna head back to, come with me, Tara. And he's eagerly.
I'm happy to assist. I'm gonna volunteer and go with.
Sure. He's like, sure, if you want.
No, you're gonna stay here and protect me from Daniel.
I also want to make sure that this guy's not gonna disable our friend.
I'm coming too.
Daniel's
I'm gonna go hang out with Kyle.
Kyle gives
two
the
other
wave.
two people that we've not talked to at all, just alone playing cards.
I'm pretty sure that it was a pretty see-through ploy from the beginning anyway.
That's probably true.
As you guys get up to leave, he's like, Daniel shouts, "I get to keep your credits," and starts scooping up the chips and stuff.
Joke's on him, I had none.
Yeah, I'm broke. So.
Okay, so he's gonna go in the back. So who's going with him?
I want to make sure that he's not
I'd-
shutting Tara down.
Tara obviously is going.
Yeah.
Siam, you want to watch over. Cora, you're gonna go hang out with Kyle.
Yeah.
And then John and Daniel are gonna clean up the mess. That's fine. The
I'm
Sabbat.
gonna offer to help, but I'm really there to make sure that he's not.
Yep.
messing with Tara.
For sure. So as he gets her in the back, and you follow, he turns to both of you. He kind of gestures both. He's like, in order to get things properly, I am going to need to shut Tara down temporarily. I need to open up her skull, where her or her cranial area, to take care of her communications device. And I'd
Can I
rather.
tell if he's telling the truth about that, or if he's just like?
You're welcome to make a perception check. It's a relatively easy perception check.
All right. Boom.
You triumph.
Oh,
Yeah, you
Damn,
crush
son.
it. Dude does not seem to be telling a lie at all. He seems very earnest and very
Okay.
honest about what he's saying.
Okay.
And if you ask any questions due to the triumph, he's very openly is happy to answer whatever you
So
ask.
he's just working on my head. Am I
Yeah.
still functioning while he is doing that?
He
he
needs to.
just said he wants to shut you down.
He wants to shut you down to crack open your head and fix the
Oh.
communication device that's at least busted in there.
Okay.
He asks for permission first, though. He doesn't go and do it and be like, "This is what I'm going to do." He asks if
Oh,
that's
okay.
okay between the two of you.
She'll be like, "Do you have to shut me down?"
To take care of your communications device, it would be ideal. There'd be minimal to no risk that way. Whereas if you're operating and the electrical currents running through your body, if something terrible happens where we get yanked out of hyperspace or something, and I accidentally do something, I don't want to have messed you up permanently. It's a safety precaution.
Tara kind of like backs up a second.
Okay.
And like looks at Cora and Siam.
Are you with
And
us, Cora?
like,
No, it's just Siam.
I'm
Cora
not.
is with
Yeah.
Kyle.
oh, and looks at Siam and is like, "I do not want to be shut down."
I understand. It's your choice. It's just there's less risk if he shuts you down. But I'm here to make sure that we get you back up and running as fast as possible. You're our friend, and we want to make sure you're up and running perfectly. But it's up to you. It's your call.
You've
don't
always
know.
been the one that didn't want to put me in the box and all of that, right? Like it was always Kyle
yeah,
who wanted
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, it was Kyle who wanted to. Kyle was afraid of you. I immediately saw the value of our friendship.
Okay. And I think Cora did at one point when she first saw me too. Okay. I think that she will
Wanted to
trust
put you in the box.
No, Kyle
when you
wanted to
first
put him
found
in.
out what I was, you were. but
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if I
yeah.
was
But
awake.
you weren't awake yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I was awake then. Okay. When you say that, I think like that will convince her enough. She's not very intelligent, so
Okay. So
she
when
steps forward and like sits down and
and very quickly and effortlessly, though he does look for a little bit because he's not familiar with it, but once he finds the off switch, more or less, a quick switch, and you see her lights dim, and she kind of leans forward just slightly, and he pulls his hand. He's like, "Okay, this shouldn't take very long, I promise." And he gets his tools out, kind of lays them on the ground, starts grabbing what he needs, pries off a panel on her skull, and starts getting on the inside and doing repairs. And he's gonna make a mechanics check.
All right. And I'm gonna assist him. I guess I'm gonna try to assist him, but also
Okay.
like I said, still keep an eye on him.
Go ahead and make a yeah, no, I'll just give him a blue dice. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. He makes his mechanics check with one
I
bonus
like
dice.
the little combo between.
He knocks it
Kyle
out of the park.
He finds a hidden lightsaber compartment.
Dude, what the heck?
he
That's the
Yeah,
same
that
exact
would
role
be-
I had. The same exact role.
So after he fixes it, it actually takes way faster than even he seems to be anticipating. And he kind of pops out for a minute and he closes it and tightens. He's like, "You know what she is?" And he looks to you, Siam.
Really good to have in a fight.
Yeah.
About all I know.
Yeah, that's about right.
Why?
Um,
What else do you know about her?
I would talk to... All I'll say is this. I have no interest in doing anything with this droid. She has no restraining bolt, so in my opinion, she's her own person. However, if certain people of more dubious natures find out what she is, she could be worth a lot of money to the right people.
Yeah, I can understand that. I've seen her in combat, and she seems to still be kind of learning a lot about the world around her. But we're trying to teach her the right way of things.
You seem to be doing a fine job.
Oh,
I just-
thank you. I'm very modest. Thank you.
And he seems happy that you seem flattered with his very simple words. Like, "I'm gonna flip her back on now. Everything good?"
Yeah, it looks good to me.
All right, so he reaches in and flicks you back on, and as though a moment only passed, Tara, like you blinked, you're back awake. And standing before you is the Ithorian as he takes a couple steps back, and he looks you up and down, and he's like, "Do you mind running diagnostics, Tara?"
Diagnostic in progress.
More or less, all minor issues were actually taken care of. You no longer have any major problems. You can actually see better than you could before, though the eye doesn't light up still. Again, it's kind of a busted light, but the neural net, whatever the fuck you want to call it, in the back that was damaged because of your eye being damaged, are actually fixed. Everything else is working fine. Your communications device is back up and running. Other than that, you're in good shape. No restraining bolt detected either.
She kind of like, she repeats kind of like her list of her things, and then,
Cool. And with that,
Thank you for your help. I'll get out of your hair.
he's actually more lively than you've ever seen him, just from working on this droid and kind of in his element. And he actually reaches out for a handshake, and he's like, "I appreciate the opportunity to work on a droid I've never encountered before."
I'm gonna like happily shake his hand.
Tara also goes to shake the hand.
He reaches forward and shakes yours as well.
That's so cute. I just love Tara. I love Tara.
So we'll have the camera quickly kind of do like a pan and fly through the rest of the ship.
I want to do one
Oh
more
yeah,
thing.
go ahead. What's up? Yeah, what do you want? I stab him, he dies.
What?
I was like, Tara then stabs him, he dies.
Yeah, I stab him, and then my vibroblade.
This one I want to keep.
Wade's like, yay!
Finally.
The other one's yay. This one might be useful.
No, I wouldn't do that. I shake his hand and I don't let go.
Okay.
And I'm looking at him and I'm like, "I'm sorry. I need to ask a question."
You can ask. You don't have to hold my hand the whole time.
Oh, she lets go of your hand. Lets go of his hand. You seem to have tension between you and Daniel.
With that, he actually takes like a half step back. He's like, "I don't know what
He
you're
takes
talking."
a half step
Sion's
forward.
also like taking a half step back because like he does not expect Tara to have any kind of observation.
He's like, his eyes widen a little bit, and they kind of look forward a little bit more, and he's like, "I don't know what you mean."
I was just curious.
Daniel's my friend. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm just gonna take like a half sip of his beer and then like offer it to him. Like, you need this more than I do.
He's like, I mean him no harm if you're assessing me as a threat, I promise.
I do not sense you as a threat. I just sense that there may be tension between you and your friend.
He's gonna try and make a deception check.
Well, can I? This is against both of us, right? Oh, does this see both of us?
Yeah, oh, well, at the very least against Tara. Actually, you know what? No. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be 3 dice, not 2. He's making a 3 dice deception check. Now you have him cornered. He's a little bit nervous. He still passes for some reason. He does seem a little caught off guard by the fact that you bring it up. But he continues to deny it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tara, what makes you say this anyway? Like, I'm gonna try to get involved here and press the matter a little bit.
He basically brushes it off as though you were sensing tension as him being a threat to you. So that's how he's brushing it off. And he's doing it successfully enough.
Yeah, Tara just stands there in front of him, and that's all she says is, "I did not see that it was a threat. It was more of tension between you and your friend. Maybe it's kind of like Cora and Kyle."
He wags his fingers like, maybe. It could be. I don't know Cora and Kyle enough, but maybe. Daniel's a really good friend. I don't mean to harm him or anything. He's a good guy.
She looks over at Siam.
Yeah, what made you say that in the first place, Tara? Like, what did you think you saw?
He just kept looking at Daniel in an interesting way.
Someone's cat is really sad.
It's my cat.
Oh.
He's not sad. I think he
He
just
just wants attention.
My boyfriend's like walking around.
Oh,
He's
gotcha.
talking. He like talks to us, and I'm not really sure what he's saying. But he like you can talk to him, and he'll just talk back to you and meow. But I'm not really sure if he knows what he's saying.
But you try.
I just want to take note at this point. I'm just gonna try to. I don't know if I can try to keep an eye on him and Daniel, Tur and Daniel, over
Sure.
the next few days, just to see if there's any kind of interaction or any interesting looks given.
Absolutely. You're well. I will have you make more perception checks in a minute here.
Cool. Yeah.
So with that that engagement more or less over and him denying it successfully, at least in his mind, the camera will then pan over to the cockpit where we see Kyle and Cora having a conversation of some sort.
They're actually having a nice conversation, which
right.
is funny because I just said that there was tension between them.
So we turn the camera to them, and what do we see? Do we have like Cora feet up, kind of like chilling in the co-pilot seat? What do we see?
She is always holding on to those tags
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of like, if she's not doing anything else, she's like looking at the tags, studying them as if like they're going to give her a clue.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just, yeah, like kind of like hunched, like sad, you know, like sad statured, you know what I like,
yeah.
Shoulders in, knees pointed together, just looking at the tags and flipping them. But like she hasn't really made much eye contact with Kyle until she said deal. Like she looks him straight in the face and just deal.
For the most part, Kyle's just kind of like, he's pretty relaxed. Like when he's in the cockpit, everything is super comfortable for him.
Mm-hmm.
Even Cora coming in at first was very comfortable, but then he started the awkward conversation about more or less how she was in the situation with Rara. But it gets super serious and for a moment when he's more or less just like, listen, help me get established and I will help you. And then there's kind of like that moment where it's like, okay, clearly we're making more or less a semi-commitment to each other to help each other out to some degree. And then after that, like moments, then it's kind of like, once again, sitting back in the cockpit. And I imagine from there, it's just, Kyle's very happy sitting in a comfortable silence when there's not like crazy shit going on. And it's just like nervous blabber. but everything's calm right now. So he's one of those people that would just turn the radio on, have it on like obnoxiously low for most people, and then just sit there in silence for like hours.
Okay, sorry.
So could you, was that, oh god, playing some jizz?
What did you just say, Mike?
That is the name.
That's the name of the genre.
That is the name of the music. It's called Jizz in Star Wars canon. Yes.
Oh.
I love it when I turn the radio and jizz just washes all over me.
Right. I like it.
Bathe me in the sweet, sweet jizz.
I like when Jizz gets in both of my ears. And I can really listen.
Seriously. No. You gotta get
I'd
really good
like
headphones.
To see a whole group of men and their jizz live.
I specifically when I go into a cantina on Jizz night and there's just a jizz party happening. So many people jizzing on the stage and I just can't help but get involved.
It's open mic. Open mic.
It is open mic night and jizz night.
It is. Well, to be fair, Thursdays is usually open mic for Mathis.
Hey-o. Hey. Okay, so can you give me, before we kind of cut here,
listen, it's your favorite genre. You already said it. You love the series.
right, I love it.
It's all you, Wade. It's all you. You love Jizz. It's okay.
At least
We
in one
accept
universe, I guess you're right.
You love Jizz.
Oh,
It's okay.
my God. All right. So for our audio only listeners, do you want to give a recap of that conversation the two of you had?
Sure.
Can we read it monotonic?
Just hit me with it. You don't have to roleplay the whole thing again, but I'm curious just what the gist of the conversation
read
was.
it like you're reading a script from.
Right, there you go.
I think we really should be giving it our all.
Go for it. You're
Kyle
welcome to.
turns his head.
I want it all.
After all the jizz talk, everything sounds suggestive that you guys say.
Also, yeah. Maggie, you should totally be the narrator and read.
Okay,
all.
I'll read the narration parts and then you.
I love it.
Okay.
Nice.
Kyle turns his head and gives a kind smile to Cora.
Hey, they still, yeah. Hey, they still all breathing?
He says with a nervous chuckle.
Perfect.
Getting us some free repairs on Terra.
Oh, what's that gonna end up costing us?
Luckily, I think free actually means free with this guy.
Wow.
Kyle gestures to the co-pilot chair and sits back comfortably. Oh, Doxy takes a seat.
Thanks.
Or not Doxy, Cora. She has her name as Doxy in here. Ah, confusing.
We'll
Sorry.
fix it. We'll fix it.
Kyle lets a few minutes pass of a calm silence.
How you doing?
I won't lie to you, Kyle. I'm pretty fucking sad. I can function again at least, but I think I have some rough emotions ahead of me. You doing okay?
Me? Always good.
A small smile on his face.
You know, if you want to go back, I get it.
A long pause.
I just wanted you to live, to at least give you a chance to survive.
I know now that leaving was the smart thing, but you need to know that I will not stop looking for him.
Kyle turns to a full-on look as he stares deeply into Cora's
Ooh,
eyes.
deeply. Ooh.
Yeah.
Saucy, saucy.
It's always the shit.
I gotta spice it up. It's getting to the end
Yeah.
here.
Around now's when
Alright.
the jizz started playing.
You know, I got.
There you go. Help me get a ship. No. Help me get a ship, one that'll work, and I'll take you back myself.
It's a deal.
That's the conversation.
Light jizz music plays in the background as he's looking out the window.
Yeah, the camera pans to the
The
window.
stars.
This jizz is my jam.
Oh.
The camera passes through the glass to continue looking at the hyperspace stars streaking by, and we'll take our first break, everybody.
Good.
We'll be
I
back in
feel
a
slightly
few
nauseous for some unknown reason.
Ugh. Ugh, something just weird just happened. Ugh. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Just talking about our carbohydrates.
Hell yeah,
Max.
carbohydrates.
Hell yeah.
Carbohydrates. Welcome back,
Oh,
everybody.
back
My
to-
face.
oh,
Yeah,
we're back.
carbohydrates. Welcome back.
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates. Okay. So we
Why
still
you guys gotta make her feel weird?
because welcome to just.
We literally just had a 10-minute like extravaganza about jizz, and now bread, carbohydrates.
I was gonna,
Yeah,
I was
why is
gonna-
that what makes it weird?
I was going to muse aloud about how many carbohydrates might there be in jizz.
Oh, I don't want to know.
Google it.
Yeah,
We're
Cora's
talking about
on
the
it.
music, right? Because probably 0 in music.
Oh,
True.
I-
True.
Still
Again.
Google it.
Okay.
Actually, that makes me think. So you know how like there's like a Hard Rock Cafe and they have like food named after different like genres of music.
Don't stop.
Never
I'm
mind.
not having some.
this
cottage
is one of my
cheese
like
cottage.
actual triggers, though. I will throw up.
All right, cool. Hey, we're focusing. So, camera opens back up with John.
Jacob.
Yeah.
His
Uh,
name is my
My
name
name
too.
for some reason, it almost escaped my brain. I was like,
Wherever we go.
John.
Children. Why do we know this song? Like, what the fuck does it even mean?
I have a 2-year-old. I have an excuse.
Oh my god.
I was a 2-year-old once. I have an excuse.
That's true. Me too.
I was never 2.
Whoa. Wow.
She's like, I skipped that age.
Straight from 1 to 3. That's why I look so young.
There you go. All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we see the camera on back in the cockpit.
It's Friday, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
True. I'm drinking water.
back in the cockpit, but this time it's John in the captain's seat and Kyle in the co-pilot seat. And John actually turns to Kyle. That's his name, right? I got it right?
I'm sitting in the co-pilot seat.
This
Yeah,
is
Scott's
like-
character's name's Kyle.
I'm saying this is a different day. We're gonna
Okay,
fast forward.
all right.
We'll wrap that night up.
Okay.
And so he looks at you, he's like, so, Kyle, you guys got any business on Radnor?
We had business to be off of Tatooine.
Yeah, us too. But I'm just saying, do you guys know anybody on Radnor, or you guys looking for a job on Radnor?
Are you offering us work?
I'm offering you a detour where we can get work. That's not
Where?
a water-filled planet.
Well, I drink water.
I'm looking for Luke Skywalker. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Tara just walks
Bring
in.
holes in the ground myself. But
I'm just kidding.
No, it's just
Where?
I mean,
It's-
I'm not kidding about it, but
and I know, not on the Corellian route. A little bit off path.
I don't mind being off path, but Radnor is not where we intended to stay. It's more
Right.
of leaving a trail.
Right.
Excuse me? We're going to Radnor to look for clues about Rara's whereabouts.
Do you say that out loud to them? Like, are you
Yeah.
around?
Yes.
So he actually turns. He's like, oh, hey, Cora, I didn't see you there.
Wait,
Is
is that
that-
true?
Is that where?
Yes.
Wait, how would we know his whereabouts on Radnor? Am I forgetting something?
He is from
Not Radnor.
planet.
He's from Corellia, which is on
Yeah.
the end of the Corellian trade route.
Yeah. That's further that way. So it's
All right, I'll
So-
like just so maybe it's like a visual. Of
So
it.
I'll actually respond. So when Cora says that,
yeah.
I'll actually say, no, Cora. Certain devices can track our hyperspace jumps. So we're supposed to make a few different jumps so that instead of going straight there, that way they eventually lose our signal. You don't want to go directly from one spot to the other because then they can find out where you're going. You do a few different ones and it throws them off. This is just the first jump on that path. I don't want them catching us on our way of finding where Rara's going.
As long as we're not throwing a wrench in the works.
If you think a side job is going to be too much out of the way, we can skip it. This is said straight in front of this guy.
Yeah, he doesn't seem pissed off or anything. He's just letting you guys have your conversation.
I mean, he's doing us an awful big favor by by boarding us.
We paid him.
He's like second says like, yeah, you paid me.
I don't want to ruin anyone's plans, but I refuse to have my plans ruined.
I am not going to get in the way of that. We've had this understanding for a while. Completely understands. The only thing I would suggest maybe kind of is we don't really have much money. And so getting a few creds on the way isn't necessarily a bad thing. But if you think speed is more important than cash, then speed be with it. You know, we'll find another way to get there.
Do we have
Right,
any
we
reason to
could.
think, like this is Siam, do we have any reason to think that Ra would go back to Corellia? I mean, that's an awfully weird thing to leave all of his stuff behind, pack his bags, and go back to his home planet, right? I mean, that's
It's
weird.
all I have to go on, and
That's fair.
I'm gonna follow any lead I have. I'm okay with a side job, I guess, since you're right, we do need resources, but we're gonna make it fast.
Agree with you on that one. There's also one tiny little wrench in the works. T3R4 is kind of unique. And so we're going to have to come up with some sort of something between now and then. And honestly, my noggin's kind of tapped out. So I have no idea how we explain that thing as we make our way forward. So hopefully come up with
I
a
hear
plan on
him
the
say
way.
my name.
Yeah, the ship's small. You definitely hear it.
It's not that small. I have a map.
About a disguise.
I mean, I'm gonna look at Tara and try to like.
I
try to
come
perceive
forward,
whether
and
there's
I'm
any
like-
disguise we can buy for her.
8'5".
Right, but we have
A
an
Jawan still.
obviously willing and able mechanic here.
That is true.
We could at least make her look like a different droid. If only
I like the way that I look.
I like the way you look too, Tara. Don't get me
Do you
wrong.
like- I suppose this arm is not the best.
Yeah, don't carapace shame. You know,
I'm just gonna go back
Don't-
to my
don't-
mom.
don't chassis shame T3R4. Come on, people. It's
The only
2018.
thing, Tara, is that you're mighty recognizable, and there are people who are looking for you, and they might be people that we can't fight.
Who can I not fight?
Boy.
Too many people at a time.
Me. You,
How many
you
people?
can't fight me. T3R4.
I'm not sure, Tara. We just want to be safe. We just want to make it less of a gamble. You remember gambling.
Yes.
So it's about risk, and we want to minimize our risk. So if we could just do a temporary disguise, but done well.
She lifts up her cloak.
Oh boy, no.
I don't want to permanently alter the way you look either, Tara. I think that you're a beautiful droid. I just, like I said, I don't want to put us all in danger.
I guess it also depends on what kind of work this would be too. What kind of danger is it? Transporting
It's true.
something? Is it like what are we looking at here?
John actually pipes in. He's like, well, I'm not necessarily offering you a job directly. I'm offering to detour us to a place where there's likely to be work. I have no business on Radnor. I just wanted to get the hell off Tatooine. And he
Where
smiles.
is this
Know who
place?
you're taking us to? Because we
Yes,
kind of
if you have interest, he's like, as you guys are like, well, where? He's like, do you know, have any of you heard of the Kessel Run?
Should we
Yeah.
roll to see
Do
if
we
we
roll?
know?
Because like
Scott
I
won't
know.
need to roll, because his character will know the Kessel Run well. The rest of you would have to make a...
Lore check?
It's probably
It's actually an outer rim
Ash-
check.
I was gonna say rim or astrogation.
Outer rim check. He's more asking about the area of the Kessel Run.
Yeah.
No, and no. The three of you do not.
do not know
Kyle
this
does.
location.
It's not.
Please tell me.
It's not surprising. The Kessel Run is a small sector, not too far from where we are right now, that houses a few planets. It's a little bit difficult to navigate to get there, but I've been there many times, and if watching Kyle is anything to go by, he makes an astounding pilot on his own. We can get there pretty easily, and there's a handful of planets there that house some unscrupulous folk who would be willing to pay for jobs that would not necessarily be found in the core worlds.
Yeah, but how about the Pike Syndicate? Do you have a reputation with them?
We won't get killed.
Do you have a reputation with them?
Well enough of one where us entering will not get us shot down.
Do I know who this is? Can I like underworld
That would be an underworld check, I believe.
Yeah, can I see if I know who the
We
Pike
all be
Syndicate
doing
is?
it.
It's the Pike. You said Syndicate, right?
I feel like this is something Siam.
They're the people that mine the spice and
Yeah.
transport it from Kessel to the other places.
Yep.
Damn
All
it.
that spice.
Siam
Oh,
doesn't
sorry,
care
I
about
gotta
spice.
get the rolls up.
Cora knows about them, but Siam, what is this?
Apparently, well, Cora also has
They had a really good dare program where she
family
grew
in
up.
high places.
Yeah, they were like,
She
no.
is
They
a
dared
little
us to
bit
do
educated.
spice.
She
Her
is a
uncle
little
probably
bit
told her
educated.
a little bit
I
about it.
dare you to not do drugs.
Alright.
He's like, yeah, one enough that we won't get shot out of the sky, and I'm not necessarily looking to deal with them directly anyway. Personally.
Okay. Because I'm not at all.
I'm not looking specifically. I'm not looking to land on Kessel.
Okay.
I'm
that's
looking to
better.
land on Formos, which is within the Kessel run.
Do I know that, or do I have to roll on?
You
that
would.
one?
I'm gonna have to roll on Formos.
Oh, is that also a rim check?
It would be an outer rim check. Yep.
Okay. I'm good with the rim.
Kessel's popular amongst people who've been there. Nope, you're not familiar with it.
It sounds familiar, but
Right.
I was gonna.
Yeah, you're all welcome to roll outer rim.
I was gonna give a blue to the next person, so whoever rolls next,
No,
take a blue.
only Cora,
wanna give
only
me-
only Cora can make another outer rim check because she knows
Okay,
the
cool.
Kessel
Give
run.
a blue to Cora. I'd be like, it sounds familiar. They're the ones that say some sort of minor detail that kind of tip of my tongue.
Go ahead and make a roll. You're good to roll, Cora. Nope. Damn it. So when you all come up kind of blank on that, he's like, that's not surprising. It's not really what that area is known for anyway. But Formos is it's a slightly inhospitable planet via nature. But the people there, and once you get there, not so bad. We're
Is
basically...
Luke Skywalker at this location?
Hey, can we have a conversation in the other room, T3R4?
John like wags his finger. He's like, no.
She
It's
tells
like-
jokes.
Don't mind Tara.
T3R4, can we chat over here for a second? Just like real quick.
Yes, Kyle. We can. And she walks over.
Go to like the room that's for people for passengers.
Yeah, of course.
Like go in there. If she comes,
Sarah's
with
in
me,
there already. Sarah's chilling in there. She
can
kinda
we get
like-
Can we get a minute?
She stares at you, annoyed for a minute. She's like, fine. And gets up off her bed and leaves.
Thanks.
Well, make
It is our room. Press the button and the door shut. Okay.
Kara's just
T3R4.
waving.
T3R4. Real quick aside. Yeah, throwing that name around is like really bad. If you keep just like saying that, people are going to start asking questions, and I don't think any of us want questions asked about any of us. And
If I do not ask them if they know where Luke Skywalker is, how will I find him?
You know what? Why don't we get like a ship so we can get like to A, B, C, all the way down
She
to
looks around.
L Skywalker, right? And
She looks around and she's like, "We have a ship. This is a ship."
it's not our ship though.
Yet.
See, I was not here.
He's like, see up on the other side of the door. What?
And she's like, "How do we make it our ship?"
By purchasing it legitimately with credits and paperwork, or Siam kills
He,
everybody,
like,
which is
holds
probably
out
going to
credit.
happen.
That she has on her.
Probably not that many. Probably many more than. Listen. That's just kind of like nudging her hand ever so
How
gently.
much credits does a ship usually cost, actually?
Hundreds of thousands, like 120,000 ish
Yeah.
I have a good chunk of it then, though.
for like a
Don't-
decent shaped
Maggie,
one.
we've not gotten paid yet. Don't hold your breath.
So listen.
No, I have credits from before.
when we have a ship that functions, and a decent amount of credits underneath us, and probably rah with us again, then we can definitively find Luke Skywalker like to your heart's to your circuit's satisfaction.
How are these
Um,
prerequisites?
How are these? Without a ship, you can't get from A to B. Without credits, you can't pay off the correct people to find the answers that you need. And without rah, Cora's just gonna kick and scream and get in your way. And
You do not have to own a ship to use a ship.
True, but then you're paying somebody, and we have to go back to the credits part. So it's either like more of this or get this to get that out of the way. You know what I mean?
Or exchange gifts.
Sure, but I'm not really looking at everybody's Amazon wish list. You know what I'm saying? Like,
HoloNet wish list.
Yeah, sure. It's the amazing HoloNet wish list.
There you go.
That's so good.
So listen. I get it, 100%. From now until then, can you just do me like a little favor? It's like a little favor. Can we refer to him as like LS?
Yes, I can call him LS.
Okay.
Will other people understand?
Others will not. I won't lie to you. I will not lie to you. I haven't lied to you once. Others will not. But eventually we can be more direct. I mean, look at this. It's not like you're aging, right? Not getting any older. So,
Down.
so I mean, just like a little bit of time to get like our, I'm trying to think of an animal. What are the cute little bird things?
Porgs?
Oh,
Boards?
Porgs.
Porgs? To get our porgs in a row. So a little bit of time to get our
Oh
porgs
my
in a
God.
row. And then
Yeah, she's
we
getting
can
them.
go straight at them. You know what I mean? Or at least you can.
oh my God, I want them.
Oh my.
You're gonna
God.
line them up. See, now they're in a row. Oh, damn it, she did it. No, it's
I
gonna be
just
cute.
imagine Tara has a hidden compartment where she keeps little stuffed animals.
She's like, my porgs are in a row.
Could be worse. Could be fribbles.
I already
Tribbles.
love
Tribbles.
Tara.
Tribbles.
Tara's
All right.
Tribbles.
Star Trek. Who cares?
No, I care.
It's all right. I prefer Janeway. So,
This is perfect. Like, Janeway's a great captain.
She agrees with you, and then she's like, if I'm doing you a favor, then you must do me a favor as well.
damn it.
Siam got to her before you did and like taught her some interesting things.
Oh yes.
What's the favor T3R4?
She hits the button to open the door, and she walks out the door and looks back at you, and she says, I will let you know when I need the favor. And she walks into the other room. Fucking free will, bitches.
He put like a single tear in his eye of just joy, whatever just
I know a
happened.
murder droid.
Oh, that's so goddamn perfect. Oh, I can't wait to be. God, I hope that favor comes in like 20 sessions from now.
I'm so scared.
And she's just like, remember, you owe me a favor, Kyle. Stab
I
Luke
hope there are
Skywalker.
20 sessions from now, and I hope we're somehow back at the warehouse.
Okay. For the record, I do not leave the room. I stand there and breathe into like a paper bag or something for a while. So whenever she goes, I'm not there.
Siam has no idea what you guys were talking about, but he sees this distress. He's very happy at whatever just transpired.
So you come back, and John
It's
is
gonna be
sitting
awful.
there.
Maggie.
John is sitting there waiting, and Kyle eventually makes his way back, and he's like, "So, what was that? Everything okay with your droid?"
Yes, I am okay.
So were you just telling a joke then? Because Luke Skywalker is not on Foremost.
He's not what?
He's not on Foremost. He says the planet that he's talking about. He's not.
Oh,
He's...
where is LS?
Where is LS? Like,
Not supposed to ask questions.
I don't think anybody knows where LS is.
I love this so much.
I guess I'll
He
have
kind
it.
of, legend has it after the Empire fell, he went off and started a temple to the Force, or something. I guess the Force is real. I don't know. And honestly, don't care. Don't want to get in his way at all.
Do you not believe in the Force?
Oh, no. I believe. I fully believe. I've never seen it, nor do I care to, because it sounds dangerous.
Yes. Dangerous.
So Kyle, are we going to Foremost? Is that okay?
I stayed in the room, freaking out.
Oh, you never came back?
No,
So
I
he
didn't
looks.
come out, so I said,
He
No,
like,
that's why when you asked if your
Oh.
droid is fine, I was like, yes, the
oh,
droid is
so he's
fine.
after that conversation, he looks like a past Terry's like, and he goes, Kyle,
I don't respond.
is he okay?
Uh,
He looks to Tara asking that.
Tara's like, I think there may have been a moment of tension.
Okay. Are you? I just need to know. Kyle, are we going to Foremost or not? Are you guys okay with going? He looks to Siam and Korra as well. He's like, you
I'm
guys?
Can
just
I
gonna
perceive
say-
whether or not like, we can like we've been with this guy for a little while?
Yeah, about a week or
I
so.
trust him.
As far as you know, like as everything he says, he's done. The whole crew, for the most part, has been relatively to their word. Some people a little
Even
bit.
Daniel.
Daniel is a scumbag, but he never hides his intentions. If that makes sense. He's a skis ball, but he's open about it. He doesn't care.
Very
Do
Han
they
Solo.
come off as like decent people?
Way skeezier than Han Solo. He does not come off as a decent person. At least Han Solo can come off as a decent person if he needs to.
No, he doesn't. He shows up last minute when the fight is like, and then he's like, I'm gonna be a super douche about it, and then disappear again.
All right, sure. I guess similar to Han Solo, but even less.
Han Solo's not a hero. Okay?
I get it. I know that. I'm not saying that's true. He's less charismatic than even Han Solo is, though. Like you can.
I feel like there's some tension between you two that needs to be resolved.
And Sarah, she keeps to herself. She really doesn't say much, so.
Okay, so I mean,
She's kind of the
ultimately, I'm
muscle.
gonna leave it up to Cora. I mean, Cora and Kyle are gonna make the decision there.
All right,
We're going. We're going.
we're
We
going.
need resources.
Okay. Well, when we get to Radnor in a couple of days, we'll pop out of hyperspace. We'll realign, and we'll hit hyperspace for a little while longer. It's not too far from where we're at now. It's actually just off the Corellian trade route. Okay. And he like as everybody's silent, he just like turns back. He's like, shouldn't be that long, and he goes back to like plugging away and dealing with it as things get awkward between the four of you. And you wanted to watch Siam. You wanted to watch and keep an eye on Daniel and Tur, right?
Yeah, I want
Alright.
to see if there's any kind of interaction or even a glance between the two that like.
You are welcome to make a perception roll when you're ready. This will cover the rest of this trip, and it's an easy perception roll. It's only one purple dice because you know it's you knock it out of the park. So you are actively keeping an eye on the two, and it's very clear to see in the way that Tur speaks to him, in the way that Tur gives glances to him. He has an affection at the very least for Daniel. Daniel seems oblivious. He doesn't seem to know, or he doesn't seem to care. But Tur very much is kind of seems
Precious.
Into him.
he's into
I
it.
No wonder why Tara couldn't figure it out.
I'm curious.
She doesn't
How
know.
do Ithorians procreate?
I don't know.
They give great hammerhead.
I'm sure there's no way to mingle the two species,
Something
obviously.
to do with jizz, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure jizz is involved.
How am I gonna kill Daniel now and get this other guy on our side? How do I justify this?
I didn't even think of that. How are you gonna
You make it look like an accident.
or just don't kill him?
And then immediately after Daniel dies, when he's all upset, you slide in and start hitting on him because, opportunity. He apparently likes that in a man.
Me with the leadership and the charm.
But that's
Yeah.
what you noticed.
Right. All
I'm
right.
assuming Tur is a he. We have no idea. It's an Ithorian. How do you tell?
How do I start planting like seeds of hatred between the two?
That's up to you, my dude.
So not
I
long
think you're better
after
off just killing him, mysteriously.
Kyle would not be okay with that.
I'm saying as a PC.
I know. I'm just joking. So another day passes after the agreement to go to the castle and go to Foremost, and you all snap out of hyperspace. You hear the definitive boom of leaving hyperspace. The stars no longer streak, and you are above Radnor, at least what you believe is Radnor. It's a world before you that looks very much dominated by water and a few islands sprouted around it. You can see. It's a beautiful sight to see this planet from space. So much so that I imagine even Korra is probably really loving just the sight of it because space travel is still relatively new to you. You haven't done it much.
Totally. She's stoked about it. She's
Yeah.
just like, are you guys? She's like touching the window. She's like, are you guys sure you don't want to land here? It's obviously a little bit of a joke. You can
Yeah,
keep going.
Sure. I was just seeing if the other three had any response.
I will not respond. I'm just gonna kind of like listen to what this guy's saying, playing the happy co-pilot.
Tara, what did you do to the window? You said
Like touched it, leaned her forehead. Was like.
Tara
looking
will
at
also
it.
touch it and lean her forehead.
Just to kind of mock that, Siam's also gonna walk up and touch it. In the forehead.
It's John looks at the three of you. He's like,
What is that?
We all
would be
just
great.
we all just hold our free hands.
John, seeing the three of you kind of doing that, and he looks over to Kyle and he's like, "Are we sure we're not? You guys don't want to stop at Radnor?"
I mean, we should stop at Radnor before we go to Foremost because, you know, again, leaving the trail.
Well, I don't think they can track hyperspace jumps.
Then you don't know much about piloting.
Ooh, yes, shots fired.
Ooh, technically, according to canon,
Yeah.
they can only track it as of, and only primitively as of episode 7.
It's literally in the books that you should jump around before you go.
Yeah,
Remember we
true.
were talking about that before?
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying as far as like actually tracking hyperspace through hyperspace, the technology is only mentioned in Rogue
No,
One.
you can track a jump.
Oh,
but you can't.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wade.
No, I'm leaning my forehead. against
Oh,
the
is that? I
screen.
thought you were like, I
Oh,
want to
okay.
say something.
I'm watching it in
raising his
Kara
hand.
and Cora manner.
I'm thinking. Then
Wait,
I
you can't go to the bathroom again. Why do you keep asking?
I just know how else to lean against the glass without actually laying on my camera.
Maybe if you did your homework, we'd let you go.
I hate you, Dad.
Always showing up to class late.
As far as canon ruling on my end, as far as the way that I'm going to run the game, I'm going to lean more towards the movies. Hyperspace tracking, they can guess that you probably jumped to a major route because it's easily traversed. Hyperspace tracking is only brought up tentatively in Rogue One once as primitive technology that they're testing, and only used in Episode 7 once, and it was difficult.
Then we're gonna play. Go ahead.
No, and then I said I think in Episode 8 they use it a little bit more. But
So
it
then we're
doesn't
gonna
matter.
play this off as Kyle just being paranoid of,
Yeah,
of
no, that's
people
fine.
chasing him. In which case, why don't we stop by here just even for a couple moments just to throw them off our trail?
He agrees. He doesn't really put up a fight. I just want to make sure I lay out for viewers like what my headcanon is when running.
Sure.
He's like he agrees. He's landing on Radnor shouldn't be a problem. And it's a relatively populated planet. As far as what Radnor is like as a planet, like I said, other than being dominated by water and islands, it's a very peaceful planet. It's still considered on the outer rim, but it's kind of in the middle-ish of the Corellian trade route, so it's safe. Any planet directly on a major trade route that is used often is considered pretty safe, and also ends up being a planet that has a lot of money flowing through it at any given time. So there's lots of big cities, a lot of rich people, that kind of thing. And Radnor is no exception. And it is a great... Yes, the whole planet. Just rob the whole planet.
Yes.
Radnor specifically is home to a lot of rich spacefaring folk who like to have vacation beach homes, more or less, if you think it that way. A lot of wonderful place to live if you have the money to do so. Okay. So he has no issue going down, and the landing procedure on Radnor is quick, easy, and getting the ship down on Radnor is no problem. How long do you want to spend here?
Long enough to forge some documents to get ourselves a nice beachside home.
Honestly, just long enough to get our feet off of the ship. It's one of those things where Kyle thinks it's a good idea for us to like
Spend the night.
separate ourselves from the other crew for a second because you know, he's just not really sure what's going on. Then I, as the PC, am thinking, I don't know, maybe Siam will kill people here.
Also, rent a nice
Room
beach
or something.
cabana.
Yeah,
With
futuristic.
all of those credits we got flowing.
Let I mean, I don't know. We could do a job. We could rob a guy.
Thank you, Cora. You're becoming more like
This is
Siam every
Doxy.
day.
This is not Cora.
Come on. 2 weeks of my
Cora's
influence.
got
Not
a
evil
bad
yet.
girl side.
She's got to have a rebellious streak after losing her boo.
Do we see like 3 holes that are like 6 feet long, maybe 6 feet deep, side by side anywhere?
Like little
It's called
gray-
the ocean.
Yeah, that's true. It is called the ocean. So, as far as visuals are concerned, when you leave the ship and enter to the starports here, there's a bunch of them, usually one for a bunch of different islands. And they're relatively small, however. They're gorgeously decorated. They're spotless. People are bustling through these starports very quickly, all in usually elaborate, clean garb. And almost every major spacefaring race is represented here in some way or another. It's a mix of different people kind of wandering around. And it's kind of that chatter as background noise. It's not loud, but not like it's not obnoxiously loud. It's just kind of a calming, like everybody seems to be talking at a relatively comfortable voice, as opposed to going to like another starport or an airport where there's intercom screaming and people are shouting and children are crying. It's actually a nice, relaxing starport. As you leave the starport and head into what is the major city of the island that you are on, the architecture here is gorgeous. There seem to be no sharp corners on any buildings whatsoever. Every building is rounded and elaborate. There's incredible etchings on the sides. Gorgeous street art is on the buildings themselves. And while there are your typical market streets where there are people trying to hawk their wares and stuff, it's done so in a way that you've never seen, or at least has very rarely seen. It seems like legitimate businesses, unlike on Tatooine and other Outer Rim worlds where people are hawking things they've probably stolen and threw up a quick tent.
Do we see any businesses that maybe have like droid pieces or anything like that?
I'm sure if you take time, yes, you'll definitely come across that. A lot of these shops, though, are like actual structures, like little bodegas and all kinds of stuff. So it's more clearly there's more money running through here. So these people are less desperate than I would say Tatooine people are to sell their things. And the sky is blue, the temperature is warm, and you can hear the ocean almost anywhere you are in the city. Even amongst the people who are talking, you can still hear the waves crashing against the beach, laughter coming from pretty much everywhere. It's very paradise-like.
All right, Cora looks at everybody and goes, I want to go swimming.
What is swimming?
We should, before we go swimming, we should kind of have a chat, though. I think now that we have a moment, are we away from the rest of the crew at this point?
Yeah, basically when you guys leave, you know, the captain tells the other three, hey, you guys got a day, go enjoy yourselves. He stays with the ship for now, as does Sarah, as you can tell, but everybody else, the other two, leave and don't really seem to say anything. And
all right.
So when Siam says that, Kyle says, it's okay, Siam. We've all gone swimming with a Bothan before. The smell doesn't bother us. It's fine.
I think Siam's even going to chuckle at that one. That was clever.
Tara's like, I have not.
T3R4.
I don't think she can go
Siam's going to like
swimming.
pull his jacket and be like, well, you're missing out, Tara.
Does Tara have any waterproofing?
to a degree, but submerging herself in water will probably destroy her.
Yeah, it's probably
Or
not
do
good.
bad things.
Yeah.
Boo.
Well, as
It'd be fun to go
smelly
swimming.
as I might be, funny guy, I figure now that we're away from the rest of the crew, we should probably figure out what our actual plan here is. I know Ra is of utmost importance, but we also have to worry about the people trying to chase us and maybe making some actual credits since we've not yet gotten paid for anything.
The plan is
Oh.
to get a ship, and then we will go find LS.
Well, ship
LS? Did I
and
hear
credits and Rara. That's what we discussed.
a ship, LS,
This is
credits,
true.
and what is LS?
No. Hold on, Siam. T3R4 and I had a conversation, and we need a ship that functions. We need a decent number of credits to make sure that we don't just fall out of the sky poor. And we need to find Ra, and then we can turn our attention to LS. LS being short for Skyrim.
Bless you.
Thanks.
So what's wrong with our current ship?
It's not our ship.
We can fix that.
Ah.
Come on, we all know the mechanic Tur seems pretty good. However, I did notice that I think Tur has some sexy eyes for Daniel, which I don't understand because Daniel, Cora's Daniel, your favorite person on the ship. Don't think he's mine.
Yeah, that's interesting. Tur seems like somebody with maybe higher standards than that.
Yeah,
People will surprise you, you know?
Did you say he likes him?
Yeah, I said he's got sexy
Said
eyes.
sexy eyes.
What is sexy eyes?
Kyle, why don't you
It's like
explain
I
to
know
Sarah?
what you're gonna say, and it gets me every time.
Kyle, why don't you explain sexy eyes?
What?
Tara, sexy eyes is when somebody is attracted to another person for the prospect of mating.
Like magnets. Like magnets is what she means by attracted. Let's change the conversation.
Magnets.
No, Tara. See, listen, Kyle's leading you astray. Basically, people have to come together to make more. It's not like droids where we can just assemble out of parts. Our parts are Kyle. Please help me out here.
It's like the
I'm going swimming.
porgs and the mole rats, okay? You know, like
Cora takes off toward the ocean.
do you know what a stork is?
A space stork, you mean?
When a mommy and a daddy love each other very much.
Look both
Give
ways,
each other
they're
a
both already
special
gone.
hug.
Just me, T3 and R4 left, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh.
Hold on, I'll make a check for how I explain this.
Do you want 2 purple dice or what?
First, I'm gonna try to keep cool. I feel like it's a 3.
All right, yeah, you're not very good at that. All right, you are good to roll. You fail.
Don't keep cool, stress out a little bit. And then I'm going to try to navigate this conversation with charm, would it be?
Sure, charm with the black dice for failing the cool
Actually,
check.
you know what? You know what? Is skullduggery what you use for underspeak? Like innuendos?
I go for it, Scott. You're welcome to.
Oh, you're gonna use innuendos. It doesn't make any sense to Tara, and she's very confused. She now thinks like there's something with magnets and possibly people touch each other. It's very confusing.
No, Maggie.
She's not quite sure.
Kyle
And
uses-
there's eyes involved in some way.
Sexy
Kyle
eyes.
uses analogies to explain his analogies about innuendos and never gets to the point. Like, it's just one of those, like, this is so awkward. I do
Siam
not
is
want to
so
do this.
happy about how awkward this is.
Cora went swimming.
Cora went swimming.
I still do not understand.
Siam's gonna go find a store nearby and check out this credit chip he's had in his bag for like 3 episodes and figure out what's on it.
Oh yeah, you got that off the guy who tried to kill you, right?
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, somebody. I got off someone.
Yeah, yeah.
A very
Considering,
wealthy-looking man who would have carried a lot of money on him. If I
Yeah.
remember right, he looked like he was filthy rich.
Yeah, I know where you got the credit chip. Don't worry. What were you saying, Scott?
I was just going to say to T3R4, considering, you know, I'm flying solo, I guess I don't either. Just kind of like walk away.
Wow. I thought that we were all together as you walk away. Because you said you were flying solo. She's very confused.
And just in the background, you can hear Cora just like releasing all the stress and sadness from the past couple days, ripping off her shirt and running down the beach into the water. Just woo! Just going.
Relieve that tension. Siam, you're checking your credit chip. You find there's 250 credits on that credit chip.
You forgot the other 3 zeros, but I'll.
Nope.
All right, I'll take my credits. It's the most I've gotten paid yet.
Yeah. Okay. And just as a general, so we don't have to spend too. Like, what do you guys want to do on this planet? You just want to spend the day and bounce the next day? Is that the general plan?
I think we were gonna look for work.
I
On
was gonna
Radnor?
look
Press release.
at a shop. That's why I was asking about a shop.
I know you're gonna look for a shop.
Our work's on another planet. We gotta go to
Yeah,
that
work
planet.
on another planet. Yeah, with following John, at least for now.
Okay.
Unless Siam kills them.
I kind of wanted to get you guys on my side for that. I wanted to do some convincing that we need to.
Let me stop you short here, and Cora is never gonna be on your side for that.
Kyle's willing to accept that that's what you're going to do, but not willing to assist in any way possible.
If you were gonna do that, it would have made sense a long while ago.
I know. Now at this point, I feel like I can't.
Now we know their names. We know that they love each other. It's
I know. Now they seem to be decent people, and Siam's like seething inside that he can't do this.
Cool. Okay. What are you looking to buy? You're welcome to do some shopping. I'll let you know if you find it or not, depending on its rarity, more or less.
Can I see if my college investments matured so I can withdraw my credits?
They're mysteriously missing. Weird.
I have like a spiritual greed and an obligation obsession with upgrades. So I guess if I see something that looks like it would be an upgrade.
Okay.
Window shopping.
Yeah, for sure. Feel free to take a look at the equipment, see if anything strikes out to you. Siam, are you going to go shopping as well?
Oh, no, that's
all
okay.
that money
I
you just
can
found?
afford a carton of milk right now. So.
Well, you can go drinking at the very least.
I have like a lifetime supply of alcohol on the ship.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have much money to be shopping with, right?
No.
I have 40 creds.
I had 8 prior to the credit chip
It's
discovery.
5. Well, now you have 250. 5. You have 40. How much does Tara have?
I have
Credit-wise.
375.
Okay, you have a little bit of something.
I do
Unless
have
we got-
3 what
That's
kind
my
of-
money. I don't know if we got any other money from anything else.
You almost.
Yeah. We didn't get any money from that warehouse.
You guys decided to splurge everything over the bug very quickly.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna stay and get paid, but then you guys decided to
Yeah,
leave.
that was the initial plan on my end as well. I was like,
When I heard there was a ship that was leaving like nowish, I was like, bye-bye.
yeah, you're right.
That was me saying, DM is saying, be greedy and stay, but things are going to be more difficult, or don't be greedy and leave and things are going to be easier. And I was like, that one?
Can I see what? Can I try to sell my spare hold, like 2 of my spare hold?
Yeah, of course. You can definitely try and haggle those and sell those to somebody. No doubt.
You want me to do it for you?
They were once used by a famous legend, and they're worth thousands and thousands of credits.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure.
Yes.
I mean, I'm
I'm
holding
good at
one, so it's
deceiving
true.
people.
You are,
You
no,
got
for
me
sure.
to sell those for you, man.
Okay.
Are you good at deceiving?
Look at them. They're all trying to sell your stuff for you.
+2 to deception.
Hey, me too.
+2 in charm.
Yeah, but what's your negotiation skill? The one that would matter the most.
1.
2 in light ranged.
I get it. Took a second. I get it. Okay.
My
We'll go through this.
negotiations 3 green. It's
So how
great.
many hold up blasters do you have that you want to sell?
I have 4. I want to sell 2.
Okay.
Technically,
Hold
I've
up
got 3
blasters.
written down because I gave 1 to Tara, but I think I've got it back at this point. Probably.
This is pretty easy. I'm not gonna bother you with like introducing to the NPC or anything that really wants to do this unless you have any interest in it. But
Nope.
so how do you just want to try and just make a negotiation roll and try and sell them as best you can
I want to deceive that they are.
to see if you can bump up. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll have you make a deception roll first, and then however well you do on the deception roll can give you bonuses in your negotiation roll.
I'm gonna need a lot of those.
Okay. 1 second here. I will, for fun, because I haven't yet, use a dark side point to make this a little bit more difficult for you. And we'll throw an upgrade on my difficulty dice pool. And you're welcome to make a deception roll right out the gate.
10 million credits.
It's honestly way easier than I thought it would be.
What does that even mean?
It means something really bad happens despite your success.
Yeah.
These blasters are worth millions of credits as they explode. in my hand.
Like for instance, you succeed and the person believes you, but somebody else in the room listens
Yeah.
to what's going on, thinks that you're wealthy, and now they're going to jump us. Like that sort of a
I
thing.
wouldn't mind a fight.
Okay, cool. So
Thanks for that idea.
you basically convinced this guy through glorious words that these 2 holdout blasters you're selling belong to a world famous criminal that he's never heard of, more or less.
Oh yes.
But you're basically selling it like what do you call it? Like a pawn shop. You're showing him little marks on the pistol and being like, hey, do you see that mark? That represents this and blah, blah, blah. You know, you give him the whole spiel of selling him to the point where, yeah, you're absolutely going to get a nice big fat bonus on your negotiation roll. You'll get an upgrade into blue dice thrown onto that. And you are welcome to make your negotiation roll when you're ready.
All right. I've got 30 experience to put in my negotiation real quick.
Excuse me, that has to be done between sessions, sir.
Yeah.
You succeed. You succeed.
Oh,
Not a massive success, but a success, and that's all that matters. So normally you'd sell them at a little bit less than what they're worth. I'm going to give you a little bit more than what they're typically worth. All told, for both of them, he's willing to pay you 300 credits for each one, so 600 credits total for both of them, which is 100 credits more than a hold up
He's
blaster.
getting this at a hell of a deal, but I'll accept.
Yep. He's buying them 100 credits more than what a hold-up blaster is worth brand new. Never mind trying to sell him a hold-up blaster that's been well used. However, you convinced him that they come from someone rather nice. So, 600 credits in your pocket, Siam.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm up to a startling 858. I could buy so much alcohol with this.
You rich.
It's a lot.
Maybe I will go treat myself to a drink.
Honestly,
Or
though,
Savannah.
for Siam, if you're willing to spend credits buying yourself like some padded armor or something like that, it's not a bad idea. You know, having yourself like halfway decent to armor, because padded armor is.
Look at like what a better blaster or what a better set of armor would look like.
On your way out of the shop,
Oh fuck!
you did roll a despair, and I know exactly what's going to happen. The
I don't
bomb.
know, 500 credits
Sam,
if
as
you're
you-
looking for the price.
Oh yeah. I gotta let my neighbor in. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
That's fine.
Look at
I'll
gear
keep
while I'm
shopping
gone.
While you do that.
You fail.
What happened?
I'm gonna spend my 30 XP.
Kitty. Yeah, padded armor is 500.
That do compared to like the heavy clothing.
It will
And
add
zero.
some. Even one soak, I feel like, is worth 500 credits.
What do I have?
It gives
equipped
you
right
2
now?
soak,
I've got heavy armor and I've got a light blaster pistol.
but it costs 2 encumbrance. I'm not gonna spend any credits. Looked at
I
what
s-
I want.
Hey, Cora took her blaster rifle back, right? And I don't have rah-rahs, correct?
Hello.
I know that I have mine.
I don't have
I
rah-rahs.
don't
He
know
kept
if
his,
you
right?
I don't know if you have. No.
Because the only one of my characters, she was the one that you
Dion
lent
might
me
have
once.
taken it from his room, but I don't think he did.
I don't think I was ever in his room, so I didn't take it.
Okay. Because it's on my character sheet, but I think it's just from the time I borrowed yours. So, cool. I'll just leave it on there because I'm sure I'll use it again in the future.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have like Wade's around. Yeah.
So before I walk out, can I buy padded armor from this place? or is
Siam's
this only
hold
weapons?
out.
Okay. Are we good to continue?
So he's
Yeah.
like
We were actually
at a
talking
weapon
to you.
and
Thanks for
armor
listening.
place, right?
Oh, I thought you guys. I walked in mid conversation. I put my headphones on when you were talking to each other. I
Well,
apologize.
I just want to know before I walk
You're a
out,
dick,
can I buy
Memphis.
padded armor, or is this?
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely get some padded armor off of them. Padded
500
armor.
credits normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not super rare or anything.
Can I sell
Gonna
my
haggle
crappy
again,
clothing
my
or
dude?
anything?
You should keep them as backup just in case, because we have a whole ship that can store things.
Yeah.
Keep my heavy clothing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
because
rarity
you
is
never
one.
know when your shit's gonna get messed up.
Oh, wait,
Would
that's
Like
gonna
padded
add my
armor
combo.
disguise me?
I said, you don't have to worry about the attic encumbrance because you're gonna leave it on the ship, right?
Right, but for now it's on me. I gotta go back to the ship. First.
Yeah.
Maggie asking the real questions though.
Oh, sorry.
Would padded armor disguise me more?
I think you're technically. Oh, never mind. I get what you're asking. That's good.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Like, you know,
Is there a picture of padded armor? Yeah.
or heavy
Kind of.
clothing?
Heavy clothing might be better. Like as far as disguising is concerned.
She's technically wearing heavy clothing right now. It's what we call her cloak.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, basically what you can do if you're looking, because most of the armor when you buy it, you're buying it tailored specifically to a droid. You can go out of your way to buy armor that is tailored for a person and try and, basically disguise yourself as best you can. It would work in disguising the type of droid you are. It would fail in disguising the fact that you are a droid, however.
Yeah.
I
That
just
makes
feel like
sense.
you should just be getting you sand people kind of clothing. You know
Yeah,
what I
I mean that it would serve the same purpose, right?
Back to Tatooine.
Not even just that, but you can get like loose clothing that'll basically just on the cheap disguise the model of droid you are, but it's very easy to tell you're still a droid and underneath because of the way the clothing sags off of you and your movements aren't exactly human. That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I think that's what she was going for. is
Yeah, for sure. You can get that
she's
super
getting body
cheap.
shamed, so now she's wants to cover up her bod.
Oh no!
No.
She was not. I
No.
called her beautiful.
Basically, you
It's
buy
chassis shame.
you have to buy heavy clothing again, but this time it would be
Like
fit
a robe or something.
Yeah, like fit for humans or whatever you want to say. You in your mind, it looks and operates exactly as you describe it to look, more or less.
Damn, I should have saved up for like armored clothing. That stuff looks.
You can hold out. You don't have to buy anything right now.
That's all right. I needed an upgrade.
Okay. So he's willing to sell it to you. Due to the wonderful tale you spun and how he feels he has these incredible artifacts on him now, he's willing to sell it to you cheaper than normal. He's willing to shave 100 credits off base price
Oh,
for hooking him up.
I'm gonna take my great negotiation skill at face value here and just accept. So I'll take that.
All right, 400 credits.
Done.
Perfect. Anybody else buying anything?
I got 5 credits.
I know you've got 5 credits. Everybody's good. Tara, are you gonna buy yourself some heavy clothing? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it.
I don't know if you want to RP that awkward situation or not.
If you would like to, that's on you. You can. I'm happy to if you want to, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's pretty.
It's up to you. I mean, I'm down with either way.
He.
Or if we want to just move on.
Yeah. He more or less. No matter how awkward you are with him, he's.
Am I with?
If you want to be.
Siam? Or would I be alone?
That's up to you.
If you're getting an armor, it makes sense that we're together then.
Yeah, I thought you went to like a droid part shop, but yeah, if you're with me, that's fine.
Yeah, and then it makes it way less awkward. You can buy it from him, 50 credits, done. So you're good.
Okay.
Other than that, on your way out, Siam, somebody stops you, and it's a human man. Well taken, much like everybody on this planet, does not seem to be short on money in any way. And he kind of approaches you and gestures and waves. He doesn't like jump you or anything. He's like, hey, sir, Both, Mr. Mr. Sir, the Bothan, and just trying to get your attention.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I apologize for the interruption. That's not usually how I work. But I was in the same store you were while you were selling off those holdout blasters. I couldn't help but hear the story that you told of this rogue, this famous rogue on the run who, with those blasters, accomplished some of his best jobs. I was just... Pierce, could you repeat the name of that person for me again?
Yes, his name was None of Your Business.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Well, listen, I'm not looking to do anything nefarious with you, if that's what you're wondering.
Good day, sir.
But I'm a collector of sorts. That's all. And I
sold the blasters, so if you'd like them, by all means, go in and haggle for them.
I'm just curious if you had more parts of that collection. That's all.
I do not. That was the last bits I had collected.
Oh, it's a shame then. That's a shame. I apologize
He really
for.
did not have much more.
He nods. He's like, "Oh, your droid is very polite." He reaches forward and he's like, "I apologize. I didn't catch your name."
I am not his droid.
And he wants to shake your hand.
I'm not good. I'm just gonna stare at him.
And Tara says that she's not his droid.
I apologize, he says to Tara, and then he looks to you and he's like, "Manners not something they teach you where you come from."
They teach us a lot of other things where I come from.
Wouldn't happen to be part of that whole criminal business you sold those holdout blasters with, then, would you?
I'm not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna look at him and like kind of smile a little bit. I want to intimidate this guy. Can I intimidate him?
Yeah, that is an intimidation check is I believe it's what, coercion? Coercion is intimidation in this game?
I'm not intimidating at all. What the hell have I done with Siam?
You are good at lying and deceiving, but coercion is
I
intimidation.
deceive him into thinking that I'm very intimidating.
All right. And I will use a dark side point because I haven't been using these all day.
Great. I'm gonna show him my noodle arms. I'm gonna flex.
You succeed.
Oh,
Beautiful.
with my
Noodle
one
arms
broad.
successful. It's the hair covers them, so you can't really tell if it's.
Yeah, I'm having a
noodly.
bad hair day.
you're fluffy.
Yeah, you're a little fluffy.
I didn't dry off. I didn't use the air dryer in the shower on the ship.
All right. He seems so you trying to intimidate him, and
I take that strain, right? I take that as strain.
sure, yeah, you're supposed to technically. He doesn't seem intimidated or scared, but in more that he backs off on his questioning through that success, and he leaves you be.
Good.
Man, I want to know what would have happened.
I kind of want to keep my eye on this guy. I want to see like where he goes.
Unless you plan on following him, he disappears into the crowd. It's rather busy streets.
Tara, what do you think? Is this guy interesting enough for us to keep an eye on, or should we just leave and go back and meet up with our group?
Interesting enough. Yes.
Interesting enough? All right. So I think Siam's paranoid at this point. He's wondering like if this guy actually just cared about the blasters or if he's someone like reporting back to the people from Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna like call Cora and Kyle and Comlink. I'm gonna tell them like so. All right, I'm just gonna tell you guys. I don't have to tell you, Mathis. You stay
Yeah,
out of it.
no, I'm
My
wrong.
business.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Cora's Comlink is
dare
on
you.
the beach. She's in her skivvies in the water.
All right, well then your Comlink can go unanswered, but I'm gonna try calling anyway. Hey, Kyle, Cora, you guys there?
Yep.
I have a bit of a concern. I think someone might have made us. There's a guy that walked up to me as I was shopping. made kind of normal conversation, but something seemed off about him. I'm gonna follow and see if he's reporting back to give us up to someone.
What did you do?
I bought some armor, man. I just bought some armor.
Yes.
Nobody here knows who we
No
are.
one will be able to tell that I am a droid.
Tara's very well disguised now.
Alright.
But prior to her disguise, this guy watched us haggling and he took interest in us. And I just want to be sure, just want to be sure. Are you sure no one here knows?
I mean, I'm not sure of anything. I'll
Tara
get.
kind of stands out. It's possible that they made her.
That's fine. That's fine. I will get Cora. We'll head to the ship and fire it up in case we have to come to save you.
Or back up would be good, but that's fine too.
Don't make me rah-rah you.
We'll take a break right here.
Can I record that to play back to Cora? That's a blackmail.
All right.
I actually wouldn't say that.
Do I have OBS on
I'm
my
gonna
phone?
be like, Tara's gonna be like, what does he mean by that?
No, I wouldn't say that. Because I actually feel bad.
We will be back in a few minutes, guys. Go get a drink, and the final hour will be upon us. We'll see you very, very soon.
How soon?
Very, very soon.
Soon enough for Sam to shoot some people finally.
Maybe. We'll see how it rolls out. Please, there
Okay,
we go.
yeah,
You
BRB.
are clear.
Sweet.
flirting and charming her way out of
All right,
trouble.
we're back. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. For chat asking how EXP is gifted or given, it's not like we don't play it like a hard like D&D rule type thing. It's you don't only get EXP for murdering people who are worth experience. You get XP as just like the end of the session. Here's how much experience you get, kind of thing. Why are we? What's going on? Wait.
Nothing.
What the heck was that? Was very.
Does it make you nervous to have a camera on a camera? and a
Yeah, it's
camera?
very strange.
Just trying to get some evidence for whenever I make some decisions in the future.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Oh, what? Come
What?
on.
What?
Totally did not see
It's
what
not
happened.
the way
Oh, he had a
you-
camera. He was like recording the monitor with like a camcorder.
Oh, hang
Okay.
on.
Siam, what are you doing?
Well, I asked.
You're on
Sarah-
comms with everybody, right?
Yeah, I think we
Except
decided that I'm
Clara.
gonna at least try to follow this guy and keep an eye on where he's going, or what he's doing.
I also saw some interesting ideas of how to roll dice in this game where you guys could roll your pool and I can roll the negative pool on my own behind the GM screen and narrate that way. That could be an interesting way of hiding results. But I kind of like open rolling as well. It's a tough call. All right, so you're going to follow this guy. Is Tara going with you?
Yeah, I mean,
All
yeah,
right.
I think so. I think we don't want to split up.
This is going to
I mean,
be
we just went shopping together. We're besties now.
Yeah, we got Prada. Now we gotta go prodding.
So if you're going to follow him, it is going to be stealth checks as you try and follow him without being noticed. This is going to be a little bit more difficult than your typical. And
Sorry in advance.
Yeah, me
Right.
too. Do you have 2 green dice or less?
I have 2.
Oh, high five. Stealth buddies.
Oh yeah.
all right, don't roll yet. Don't roll yet. Does anybody want to use the light side point, or are you good?
There's no for this check. We're gonna fail out of our minds no matter what we do.
Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna fail.
Cool. I'll use the dark side point then. Good luck.
Also, did we even have a light side point to use?
You had 2.
Yeah, we have 3 now.
Now you have 3.
Oh,
All
You're
right.
welcome. You're both welcome to roll when you're ready.
Like a hawk.
3, 2, go. Yeah. We
Okay.
think we're really stealthy.
You all fail, and you don't even
can
make
narrate
it.
with that. I don't want any more strain. You can narrate with that.
That's
I'll
fine.
take that strain.
Sure.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't want it.
You make it maybe 100 feet from the shop before a couple of large-looking gentlemen, humans, in a very distinct uniform that sticks out from most everybody here, step forth and kind of out of the crowd, almost out of nowhere. You didn't see them. You were so preoccupied with making sure you couldn't be seen that you didn't see these 2 guys kind of step in your path. And as you kind of turn your head from looking behind to see if you're being followed or whatever, there stand 2 officers, clearly of some law-keeping officers.
Sure. Okay.
And they kind of hold their hand up as both of you go walking.
What's the problem?
Tara holds her hand out too.
No problem right now, but I'd like the 2 of you to come with us, please. I have some questions.
Oh, we can answer your questions right here.
I know, but I'd rather do it somewhere more secure.
I'd rather do it here.
I know what you'd rather do, but we're going to be doing it our way.
And who are you exactly?
Officer Dranok.
Are we under arrest?
No, of course not. If you were, you'd be on the ground and in cuffs. We just have questions, that's all.
I'm just gonna like smile and look at Tara. It's like, well, if we're not under arrest, we have no answers for you right now. Thank you though.
We can put you under arrest if it means you're going to come with us.
For what exactly?
Just some rumors. I want to make sure everything's safe and clear.
Oh, we're very safe, and we're about to be clear. We got places to be. I'm sorry, we can't afford to stay and answer questions. We got to get moving.
And where would you be going?
That is a great question that I do not know the answer to. I am simply a passenger.
Does your droid know where you're going?
I don't know, Tara, do you know
I
where
am
we're
not
going?
his droid.
I
That's right,
apologize.
she's not my droid.
Okay. Droid of unknown specification. He says that with kind of sarcasm dripping. Where are you 2 going?
We are following someone.
Who are you following?
I do not know.
Why are you following him?
What'd you say?
Why are you following him?
To see where they're going.
And why does this man or woman interest you?
I do not know. They are
All right,
interesting.
listen, he approached us And honestly, he seemed like he might be up to no good, so we wanted to see if he was up to no good. But I didn't know whether he was or not. Figured we'd check it out rather than make a big report and a big, you know.
Sure.
As
Well,
you
then
would.
why don't you come with us down to our building, and you can give a description of this man and what he was doing that made him seem so suspicious, and we'll make sure we keep an eye out.
You
But
can ask him yourself. He's right there. That's when I like motion to where the guy was.
as you look and point, you've already lost him. He's lost in the crowd.
I'm just gonna like point at a random guy that's walking away and be like, "There he is, right there."
One will look and see. Oh, him. Oh. You don't call it a hunch, but I don't think that's him.
My mistake. But as I said, too much to do. We must be going. But thank you for caring.
You're not going to be going anywhere, Bothan. You're going to come with us.
Let's get messy. All right. So, at this point, I'm just gonna pull out my blaster and shoot that guy.
Oh! Is that a fucking officer?
Yes.
You gonna shoot an officer?
Yeah.
Oh,
the fuck is
shit.
the matter
I've
with you?
got
Oh my
Tara with me.
God!
We'll be fine.
What? No, that does not make it better. Oh my God.
We're gonna get
Oh
wanted.
my God, we're in the mid rim on a court.
Hey,
Oh my
hey,
God.
Kyle.
I don't think we're the good guys. I think we're the bad campaign.
Are we the
So we're
bad
gonna
guys?
remake characters from the other campaign.
I
That's gonna
totally
be the good
don't
one.
believe that this guy. Like, I think that this guy is like not who he says he is. I don't trust.
But
this
the
guy.
Could you have
general
maybe
people
done
watching
If
you.
he goes
Shoot,
into battle,
Hold on, time out, everybody.
Tara
You're
pulls
all
out her
talking.
vibro sword.
You think this is like a
The
T1
reason I'm
2000 or
shooting
whatever
this
it
guy is
is.
because I don't trust him. But can I roll a perception before I shoot him to see if I trust that he's an officer and not like?
Please.
He is.
Can he?
I mean, yeah, you're welcome to make a perception roll. It's very easy.
Vigilance.
The reason
It'd be
I'm
a
shooting
vigilance.
because I don't believe him.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you do. I listen. I didn't say one way or another what
Vigilance?
to do. All I'll say,
Streetwise?
just to re-describe, the two of them are in uniform. As I said, they're in their uniforms. They don't look like they're dressed like anybody else. He did call himself an
Underworld.
officer.
Okay, he can say what he wants. He can dress how he likes. I mean, I'm gonna.
Sure.
believe him.
That's fine. It's fair enough. You're not from this planet. You've never been to Radnor. You don't know what the officers look like on this planet. Not something that Siam would know. So you're welcome to make, if you want to. Okay, well, there you go. Say welcome to make a perception check, and looking him up and down and comparing him to the partner that he's with. If this is a faked outfit, if this is a faked officer's outfit, you know quality. And this is a high quality uniform. It's not like
This dude doesn't look like he's just like Officer John. He looks like he's pretty well.
he may just be Officer John, but the uniform itself does not seem to be a fake in any way or like cheap or any of that stuff.
So I would probably have a harder time killing this guy. He's well equipped.
As far as Siam is concerned, if we want to get into your character's head, I don't know. It's up to you what he wants to do. But Siam knows you are surrounded by people. Even if you get away with killing these two, there are countless witnesses that it would have seen. You are in the middle of a street 100 feet away from a store on the market road. You can still pull the blaster and pop a shot in his gut and go from how you would like to go. I'm sure Tara would love to fight, but at the same time, put yourself in Siam's shoes and then make that decision. Not what Wade wants to murder. Trigger happy.
If I believe this guy is an officer,
You believe he's at least not faking
The
yeah.
uniform.
the uniform, right?
Siam really wants to kill someone, but this probably isn't the fight he wants to pick. I'm curious why these two would get involved.
It is a curious question. One that they're not willing to discuss right now in the open streets.
No, fuck it. Siam's gonna shoot him.
Oh my god.
All right.
I'm not gonna be taken somewhere and then handed over to Prince Derpaderp.
So Prince Derpaderp does not have he operates on his own law. He's a criminal.
Yeah, but I've had the Empire up my ass for like 2 planets in a row. I'm not about to like go. Everyone that's nicely dressed at this point's an asshole. So he looks nice, probably an asshole.
Okay, you are welcome to make that.
Are we in short range, engaged range? Like how
You are
close?
in engaged range. She's right in front of you. Like they stopped you as you were walking down the street.
All right, can I take a step back and shoot so I'm not in engaged range?
I mean, yeah, technically it's gonna be surprise round. So you're gonna have a. I think you would get one. I think
You get a maneuver?
I think if you're surprised on you get one action, so you'll have to move or shoot, more or less. Your choice. You can't really move then shoot.
See, I'm dead here. Just meta. See, I'm dead here. He's probably dead here.
That nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone.
That's such a good answer.
No, I'm serious.
All
Like
right,
nothing
well-
is set in stone.
I'm gonna shoot. All right.
I
guess
got
I'm gonna
rah-rah,
shoot.
and that was not expected.
Yeah, no, that wasn't supposed to happen. Ra Ra was not even a character I planned.
Tune in Monday when Wade joins me to make his new character.
All right, so you want to shoot him engaged, which is going to be one more
I'm gonna
difficult.
say, Tara, I believe these guys are trying to take our free will, and then I'm going to shoot him.
All right, it's going to be 3 purple dice difficulty. Would you like to use a light side point?
I think this is probably a good time to use a light side point.
Huh? I feel the force telling me I should probably use a light side.
I think it's a dark side point. Use a dark side point.
So go ahead. And,
I'm pretty sure it's a dark side
Guys are either like bribed, like even if they are an officer, they're working for like something shady's going
don't.
on.
You know, I read this amazing post on Reddit, on D&D Reddit, and yeah. So I'll give you an upgrade. You know what? I won't say anything yet. Just so you know. None of us are trying to say don't do this, Wade. It's just it caught us all very off guard. I was not expecting you to pull a gun. That's all.
Someone trying to take Siam, like Rah just disappeared. Like as far as he knows, he just disappeared.
Correct.
We're on a new planet. This guy walks up like all interested in Siam and like Tara, and he's like thinking, okay, someone recognized Tara. This guy's running off, and now his goons are stepping in. Oh great, now they've paid off a government on a rich planet. Like who the hell is after us?
It's not the
He's like in
dots.
full like paranoia mode.
It's not the dots that I connect. It's the dots that you create and connect yourself that make for interesting
This is
stories.
Siam's thought.
This reminds me, Scott, of I think you know who. My character, D&D session. You know who I'm talking about? Who went so deep down the rabbit hole he convinced himself. It's very similar. All right.
Yeah, Siam, everyone has betrayed Siam at this point. Like he
The
doesn't
crew
trust-
has not betrayed you. Not everyone.
Well, not yet. He wants to betray them.
Right. Well, that.
Alright.
Us? We haven't.
And they haven't betrayed you either. True. True.
Nope, I'm trying to protect all of us now. That's what Siam's thinking. He's like, these guys are gonna take Tara. They're gonna like try to take Tara. So here we go. Boom.
Jesus. What?
Everyone is dead, and Siam is rich.
So-
that's how I spin the
Hold
story.
on, hold on. Yeah. How are you gonna narrate this there, Wade? You get to
I don't
narrate
know what I
this.
just did. For all I know, this guy has 100 hit points, and I like scratched his boot.
You also critical hit him, don't forget.
You
get-
I'll roll the critical hit because that's how it works.
For the record, don't forget you should press the under the combat section, press the die for the actual weapon so it shows your damage and everything. But,
Oh, okay.
but you get to narrate this, man.
All right, I'm gonna roll the critical roll to see what kind of injury he's gonna take. Loses free
Jesus.
maneuver into the end of the encounter.
Wow. Holy shit. That means
He's
he only
hamstrung.
gets an action. Unless he chooses to take 2 strain to have a maneuver.
If he lives
only
through
gets
this,
an action.
if he lives
Yeah.
through this,
Holy shit.
but I wanted to roll it anyway. Feel free.
Holy shit.
All right. So
What happens?
mid conversation here, like this, Siam is just like full paranoia. There's like sweat dripping down his brow, and he's thinking to himself like, okay, this government is like working for the Empire. They're all like trying to get us. The Empire's trying to get Tara. I've got to get us out of here. If we go with them, we're done. And like mid thought, while the officer's saying something, he just pulls out his gun and just fires right in the dude's chest,
And
or leg, or whatever.
so, quickly, very quickly, pulls out in a blur. You pull out your pulled out blaster, and you're within inches of this guy. So the
Light blaster pistol.
light blaster pistol specifically. I'm sorry. And you have this thing within an inch of his body before you pull the trigger. And as you pull the trigger, the deafening sound of a blaster being shot echoes through the streets before you see a burn mark right in the chest where you shot him, and his eyes go from conversing to dead and glazed over before he just simply crumples and
then a
collapses.
small child comes out of the side.
Yeah. And he just crumples and collapses onto the ground without a word, and his partner instantaneously starts taking off, running. And you hear the crowd
Kara's
around
gonna
you.
chase him down.
We need to roll initiative.
Yeah, we're going to go into initiative now.
Can I just say that my favorite thing that any chat member has said through all of these sessions is just now Red Kiowa, Siam left his meds on Tatooine.
If you guys saw episode 0, you'll know that Siam's not been on them in a long time.
Siam left his meds undead.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my NPC's vigilance, because that was as unexpected. That was
I didn't
unexpected
get
for
an
me.
action, even though everyone else.
Because this caught you off guard as well. Like
The guy's
Siam
not- I
didn't
don't
say
think
I'm
he's
gonna
able to
shoot
move
him.
away yet. Like
Yeah.
I shot the guy and everyone's still where they stand. At the
Yeah.
moment.
So you're gonna roll vigilance as well, Tara, because you weren't expecting Siam to pop a gun here.
Okay. I'm
I
very.
guess I roll cool, right?
I'm very, very vigilant.
Yeah, you roll cool. Correct. Okay, let me just
Damn.
organize this in descending order. All right, and there you go. So Siam is actually going to get to go take a full turn now. You can still see the guy running. He's not far. Like, he's still within technically engaged range because now the combat kicks off, but he's about to start. And the echo of people screaming around you as they quickly push away from what just happened and people start going running in random directions. Chaos immediately erupts in the streets as people start freaking out. Kyle and Cora, while you're not necessarily in combat, the island's small, like I said, and you can hear the beach no matter where you are in town. You can hear the screams of people all of a sudden happen in the area. Siam.
I am going to take a step back to get into short range and shoot him in the back.
Okay. Would you like to use a light side point?
Not for this one.
Okay. You are...
Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, I do because I want to kill this guy fast.
Okay, go ahead and give yourself...
Before he has a chance to call in backup or anything else, we're going to kill this guy and we're going to book it to the ship and get out of here.
Mm-hmm. All right, and you said you maneuvered back so you're within short range, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you're only going to be rolling against 2 purple dice, so you have an upgrade. You're welcome to shoot when ready.
All right. Waboom. Okay, well.
Okay, you do 5 damage to him, and whatever armor or whatever will take effect as to how much. But you level your pistol basically to him, and you take a shot, and you connect. The blaster shot goes again. This time, Kyle and Cora can hear a blaster shot as the screams kind of went low, and then a blaster shot and the screams again happen. And you connect with the back of his leg as he stumbles a few steps forward. And on his turn, he actually he's going to maneuver twice on his turn to move away, as he sounds to be talking to somebody, but you're not quite sure what.
So he'll be in long range for me and medium range for...
Correct. He'll be in long range for you, and he's currently in medium range for Tara.
Can I interrupt quickly to do a story thing?
What do you want to do?
I feel like Cora would hear the kerfuffle and be like, oh god, what did they do? Hit the jammer.
The jammer with you on the beach?
No, she came back to the
me
ship.
Oh, you went back to the ship? Then yes. I mean, you can put the jammer if you think Cora that's what she would come down to. Then yes, you can jam. You can flip the jammer.
I would have recommended it to Kyle because
You don't have to
Cora
ask me
would
if
not
you just hit
touch
the.
it.
As far as you two know,
It's
what
you,
I told
man.
Kyle on the
Cora
jammer was
would
I thought
touch
these
you.
guys were following us or
Possessions.
that they made us. So.
Right. The story that Cora and Kyle know right now is that Siam came across somebody
There's a
sketchy.
kerfuffle. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
all we know.
Mhm.
Or
So-
oh wait, I guess you know more.
Yep. Oh, I would have told you everything, and so you could just be like, if you like hit the jammer, I'd be like, okay, and then without even asking the captain's permission. So I may have given him a heads up, like, hey, there might be a thing going on here, but be like super vague about it. And then
Well, the
like,
captain and Sarah are on the ship. They stayed with the ship. So they're
okay,
there.
so without even asking the captain's permission,
Mhm.
and
And you just like
get the ship up and flying off to
gotcha.
where they
Do I
are.
need to roll anything to hit the jammer at all?
Nope, the jammer just goes on. People who want to use comms in range of the jammer have to roll against a difficulty check depending on
What's
how
the
far
range
away.
of the jammer anyway? Do we like what?
It's pretty decent actually,
Yeah.
and the closer you get, the better to wherever your target is, because you get to choose a target,
Mm-hmm.
and so she would choose like there.
Yeah, like
But,
center of the town or whatever.
The closer you get to your target, the stronger the jammer is.
You guys
But
are
that's
making
only
me
if somebody's
see.
actively trying to not be jammed,
Okay.
and everybody wants to jam.
Right.
Did
Tara.
jam.
So
No,
Scott,
so
if you're gonna
weird.
pilot, can you please roll me an initiative so I can get you rolled in after this? Tara, I apologize. He's at medium range from you right now.
Okay. I would like to run
Kyle.
towards him.
Okay.
Can I also hit him?
You would get within. You could put yourself in engaged.
Is this cool or vigilance?
It was unexpected for you, so.
Yes.
If I can put myself in engaged, then I can hit.
How fast can you move? Actually, it doesn't matter to be honest, for this whole situation.
Where would I have that?
I don't think there is, really. I think it's just like a base set, which means I need to look up chase rules because, like...
Sorry, one maneuver is one band of movement.
Right.
So
she could get to
from
engaged in
engaged to
2
close.
maneuvers.
Correct.
But that means he could always permanently be far away, right? That doesn't make any sense.
So how far is he currently?
Medium from her right now.
So she could like if she was faster, so theoretically she can kind of catch up. So
She can catch up but not swing. That's why I was like, that doesn't make sense.
You're the storyteller, so you do what you want to do, but you can do like a competitive skill check with like things like coordination versus like the athletics inside there, so things like that for like an opposed skill check to
You
see
can roll in
who's
athletics
good.
if you want.
Yeah, and then don't forget you can also Maggie, if you want to be able to double move and attack, you can accept 2 strain to add an additional maneuver to yourself. You just take 2 strain to
heal
double
that
move
strain
in.
for you.
Oh yeah, that'd be easier. So you just take 2 strain and now you
Yeah, I
move
can
twice.
2 strain.
And then
Yeah.
attack, yeah.
So there, that's my attack.
Okay.
It's up to you,
Oh
like,
yeah,
for
I
their
saw the
opposed
attack.
check.
Yep. No,
So-
I got you. So please, you kill him. How? Narrate it. What does it look like? He already took a shot, so.
She just like goes bounding, and it's like these like elegant light run, like,
Yeah.
and then she like lifts her Vibrax for, or like kind of like lunges it forward, and just stabs it into him like a kebab.
Yep. So you just jam it through the center of his torso, as it just bursts through and blood kind of coughs out of his
Still
mouth.
like moving a little bit.
Yeah, so he gets dragged a little bit. His feet kind of get
Yeah.
dragged across the tar ground as you push him forward a few steps, and blood spurts from his chest and dribbles from his mouth before you rip it out of him, and he just collapses to the ground. And now everybody is getting as far away as humanly possible and freaking out.
Does he have a gun on him?
You not like easily seen. He didn't have one in his hand, so
Okay.
So are we
Okay.
out of combat?
The murder gazelle.
technically, you are technically out of combat. Though I'm going to continue rolling with initiatives for now.
Yeah, 'cause we probably need to get the fudge out of here.
Yeah,
So-
I'm thinking that if Kyle pulls over with the ship, we grab these bodies, we pull them on there, try to figure out who the hell these guys are, and we get the hell out of Dodge.
Oh, I don't think we can land because this is like building city area.
Yeah, there's no way to land this thing where you guys are. You're on like a street. You're on a street, and this ship is huge. It's a fucking starship.
Corellian ships are got big old booties.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what I
big and
mean?
wide.
Like, yeah, that's why I like them. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
actually,
Okay.
while we're out of combat, as you lift the ship, Kyle, and are ready to, you see John quickly comes out of the bedroom, and he's like, "What the hell's happening? Where are we going?
remember the thing I told you?
What's the thing? Details. What's happening? I don't even have. you're just gonna fly it. So what is your plan, Scott? How do you want to do this?
More or less, fly to where the kerfuffle is.
Okay.
Get the ship as low as possible. I don't mind doing extreme angles if need be.
Yeah.
To make sure that they can get on the ship, and theoretically pick up the rest of the crew and leave. If that seems like it's going to be too much of a hassle, Because I'm sorry, but Kyle cares more about himself than he
Who's off
does
the
about
ship right
anybody
now?
else.
Tur and Daniel.
Yeah, the mechanic and
Oh, though, as we're flying there, him saying that stuff, I will have an epiphany, and I'll kind of like look at Cora, and then look where I'm flying. Like, I'm like, hey, Cora,
Yeah.
we're going through a lot of effort to save people that like to get in trouble. Just saying, should we?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So you're going to be flying low and through a relatively like building thick area, Scott. So I would like you to make me a piloting planetary check.
Cora, I was just gonna say Cora gets into the co-pilot chair to assist.
Yes.
Okay. So you need to make a piloting planetary first to see if you assist him.
How many black dice you throwing at me, mofo?
I don't know if I'm going to be throwing black dice at you, man.
Well, you can do both, you know.
That's true. If anything, I'll think on it. For now, I just want Cora to make it without any black dice. I just want her to make a piloting planetary check to see if she can assist.
No.
She does not assist.
Advantage.
No. Assist is always 2 purple. Or is it 3 purple? To assist is always, it's right in the game. Unless there's a reason for it to be difficult, to assist is
Also,
relatively
yeah,
easy.
why is there a red one?
Because it's
very
incredibly difficult check right now, and that's why I was
But-
throwing a red in there.
So sorry. Unless there's something I don't know, co-pilot's always 2 purple.
All right, I will just let it re-roll on 2 purple.
Yeah, sorry.
Add an extra.
Oh
still
my
fail.
god!
He's still tossing a blue.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
toss you a blue, and I'll be massaging your shoulders, buddy. I got this. You got this. Let's
I don't-
go.
I don't like being touched.
All right, Scott, this is like low piloting, lots of buildings, crowded streets, and you have a comm jammer on. I was gonna say, do you want to use a light side point? Are you gonna give yourself the upgrade? You want me to do it for you? I've given you the blue dice already, though. And I too will give myself an upgrade,
Oh, you motherfucker.
and you are welcome to make that roll.
Planetary?
Yes, sir.
Did you give him the blue?
This is difficult. You come close to scraping a building here. You have this thing at almost 90 degrees at some points as you're ripping through the streets. People are freaking out to the point where you almost collide with the building to the point where you have to pull up so far that you are now above the building skyline. And to get back down and piloting is going to be another check, basically, to get down low. So you're above the building skyline from failing, more or less. And now you have to get back down into the
So like
skyline.
I kind of like pulled up.
You
high.
pulled up really hard and went straight up because you were about to collide with something as you were desperately and panicking trying to pilot this thing. More
Can
or
I
less.
keep trying to assist or no?
Every roll, I believe you can get an assist roll.
All right, I'll try.
Oh, I didn't reset the dice for your
thank
pool
God.
yet.
Oh.
I did not reset the dice pool.
I was like, oh no, I just got our ship blown up.
Okay, before we get to you, I need to roll some initiatives on my end. If prepared. Yes.
I want to loot the body.
We have a moment, yeah.
Yep, I'll get there.
Maggie.
Guns or better armor or guns or something.
Well, armor's gonna be too much to take, right? But if you
Gun
grab
or
some
credit.
You
blaster
might be able to get
rifles,
some good weapons off him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Guns or credits that we could either sell or. whatever.
again, having backup weapons is not a bad thing because they do break in this game.
So, Maggie, we're going to go to your turn next before we get back to the top of the order. You wanted to search this guy for weapons. You find a
Weapons or credits.
Yep, you just a quick search on him. Make me if you want to find, just make me a perception check.
Because I'm really good at
I want to search my guy as well because I want to figure out who these guys are and if they have anything useful. On
With
them.
a quick look, you don't see anything off. The only thing that you find on him that's obvious is actually a light blaster because it's just on his belt. But as far as like a credit chip and that kind of thing, you don't see anything.
A light blaster is a good find.
Yep, just
Yeah.
like holstered by his side under his clothing.
I'll take the light blaster.
All right. But when we get to the top of the order, which is, I believe, any PC can take it at this point. But it's at this point that Siam and Terra specifically, Cora and Kyle, you can make a perception check to see this. You can hear sirens. And you can hear sirens and vehicles heading in your general direction, Siam and Terra.
Jammer.
Okay. Do I have time to look over my guy's body, or is there not time for that?
Oh, yeah, you're welcome to make a perception check if you would like to.
Real quick.
Also,
before-
I didn't ever roll for initiative. Should I do that?
Yeah, you can throw in your roll for initiative. You're
I'll
welcome
take the
to.
2 strain.
Okay.
It's
And
you're
it's-
prepared now, so
Okay.
okay.
Can we see the ship? Oh.
They are not in an area that they're like directly above you yet. They're close, but they're not there yet. All right,
3
top of the
successes
order.
on that.
Who wants to take the first initiative?
Well, what did I find with the 3 successes?
Oh, 3 successes. You find yourself a data pad, a light blaster, just like you did on the other one, and a credit chip of some type, as well as a badge.
Take it all. Let's go.
That reminds me, did we ever discard the data pad that Cora was holding for me for a long while
Yeah,
ago?
I think so.
I think we gave it back to the prince.
Okay.
Yeah, he basically took that as like compensation for not getting him what he wanted at the time.
Not the data pad that we took, the data pad that he gave us.
Oh. Did he give
Yeah,
you a data pad?
I gave it back to them.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
We
I was
gave
like,
it to
say, I
him.
think-
Yeah.
I think you gave it back.
Like, are they tracking
That's how we
us?
were supposed to be getting you paid. Is I gave them back that data pad. That's how.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right. First PC, who wants to take it? What do you want to do?
I do not need to go first.
I think Tara or I need to go, but can
Yeah,
we
I
tell what
agree.
direction? Like, can we get away from the scene, or should we like we
Being
avoid this
correless.
fight?
Oh,
with the
also,
police?
we need to roll perception checks,
Why?
Kyle, because we were
What?
told to.
Yeah, I said
Oh.
Kyle and Cora can roll perceptions.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are the dice set correctly?
Yep. You just roll in.
Cool.
Oh, I apologize. That was for the initiative. Reroll, please.
Okay.
Just 2
I'm
purples.
terrible
It's
at
supposed to be 2
perception.
purples. Yep.
Damn it.
I take a strain.
You just see chaos in the streets below you. And the like. Okay. So did Siam say he wanted to take the first initiative?
I think terrorize should. But my question was like,
Mhm.
in the distance, we know which direction sirens are coming from. Is it everywhere? Or is
It seems to be relatively everywhere-ish. You don't exactly know where they're coming from, but mostly it sounds like in front of you.
Okay, because I mean, we killed the 2 that were engaged with us.
Yep.
So technically, no one should know what we look like or who we are. So I feel like we could probably try to like just run and blend in.
Welcome to try. Absolutely.
So
So you want to head back to the starport, basically, in that direction at least?
I think we at least want to get away from the dead bodies. Yeah, we
Mhm.
want to kind of like book it away from the dead bodies.
All right.
Maggie, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
It's going to be a stealth check, more
You
or
can-
less, if you're
you
trying to
can go.
hide and disappear into the crowds.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and just roll a stealth check and see if I can blend in. Because I don't want to be fighting with the police at this point. Because now Siam's having one of those, oh, a badge. Oh, shit. This guy was actually telling the truth. I'm very good at hiding. I'm invisible.
Ooh.
You succeed. So the chaos of the crowd behind you, more or less, is easy enough to disappear into if you start acting similar to them. And that's what you do. You act panicked, you act scared. Maybe you throw up like a little piece of hood or something and you just try and disappear into the crowd. And you do
I
so.
think he's actually not acting.
True.
Is this just that, like, can I, is there any way I can use my, like, movement to help Maggie or get her with me or something?
Not really. She's gonna stick out kind of like a sore thumb. She bought the clothes, but she didn't get a chance to put them on because you stepped out of the store and had the encounter.
Yeah,
And
I just didn't know if any, like, with all the chaos, I didn't know, you know.
Maggie can basically try her best. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult for Maggie. Not much more, but a little bit more. I assume Maggie would throw her hood up if she wants to disappear. But the NPCs go first. The sirens get closer, and you start hearing voices that sound like they're coming out of like loudspeakers. And then we can go to the next PC. Maggie, do you want to take that slot?
Sure. People
We do
don't
have a light
mind.
side point, Maggie.
We're going at the end, Maggie.
You want me to use a light side point?
You're welcome to, if you would like to.
Sure.
Not a bad idea to try to avoid fighting the entire police
It's our
force.
last light side point, though.
Fine. Ooh, but do we need it to land to pick them
Yeah,
up, though?
I was thinking you might need it to land. It's okay if I get caught. I'll just do a regular stealth. I think it's probably better for the flight.
All right. You're welcome to go when you're ready.
Yes.
Oh, I'll take the 3 strain.
Okay. And Maggie, basically what ends up happening is you put the little cloak that you have over you as best you can, and you go sprinting off with your knees slightly crouched to keep your height more equal with the average people. Because you tower over most of these people. So you crouch down, hood over, and do your best to kind of blend in with the crowd and do what you can.
Yeah,
NPCs,
I'm like trying to copy Siam.
NPCs too. You actually now, Tara and Siam specifically, you see troops basically on foot pushing through the crowds and like shouting, everybody get under control, back away from the crime scene, this, that, and the other. A lot of shouting, but they more or less pass over you for now. PC2 is going to be, I'm assuming, Doxy making her
Yeah,
attempt?
should I try to assist you first, or should you do stuff first?
You have to assist, so I'm the last person going, right? So you then me.
You got to
Okay.
make your assist roll.
All
So
right,
that's 2 purple.
Yep, I already got it.
let's
cool.
do this.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes! Do I take that as strain?
You are supposed to, yes.
Okay.
Scott, so you're gonna set up on your end of the dice. Are you gonna even with her
So hold on.
assist?
Each success downgrades the difficulty, so you do that over there.
Yep.
So
One
she
downgrade.
downgrades difficulty by 1. Now, Mike,
Mhm.
off of the Starship cheat sheet 2, I don't know if you remember, but my last roll I had a failure, but also 3 advantages. I would like to spend those 3 advantages to ignore penalizing terrain or stellar effect until the end of the active, that's me, character's next turn.
Yep.
So I'm going to ignore the terrain penalties this turn because those 3 advantages.
Okay.
I also had an advantage. Can I throw that at you for anything?
You
You gave him a blue dice.
Yeah, you did last time. Yeah, give me a blue
Oh.
die.
Okay.
Yeah. So this time you gave me a downgrade, and I gave myself ignore the terrain, which will theoretically make things less difficult.
No more black dice, basically, that kind of thing.
I already ignore black dice, man.
That's true. That's very true. What I'll do then is this. Do you want to use a light side point?
Of course, I need to get their asses. Flying out of here is easier.
Do you want to give yourself the upgrade? Or you want me to give it to you?
I got it.
Okay. This is gonna be way easier for you. With all that bonuses that you just gave yourself. So feel free to make your roll.
Absolutely. Don't fuck this up.
There it is. Scott. Narration's in your hands.
So more or less, the way that we were going, because like you said, we had to pull up to not smash into the buildings, just barely not scraping. I then actually am going to reach over across, like where I am, over into where Doxy's, where Cora is, and just kind of like flick off the power button, and then reach on my side and confirm power off, and allow the ship to free fall down and just fall on its own down. And as it's like doing the fall and spin and whatnot, wait for like the perfect moment to like slam those the boosters, whatever in. So like as I stop the ship right where they are, I'm also angling myself for like a perfect thrust out of there. Once again, ignoring terrain for next time. And what's the other thing you could do with a 1? And upgrade my own next piloting check. Ignore terrain and upgrade myself for next time for blasting the fuck out of here.
All right, you do so. Oh my god. Okay. How do I want to do this? It's actually top of the order.
How does John handle the G-force as a free fall without a chair and seatbelt?
You're too busy to notice what he's doing right now. Okay. You're too focused on what's in front of you.
Might be a change of
He hit his
armor.
head and now he's dead. Dang it.
Who is taking the top of the order?
I think Maggie should. I think Tara.
Maggie, if you're going to take it, can you please make me a... No, you don't need to make me a perception check. As you're blending in with the crowd due to his triumph and such, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a big shadow is cast over you and the crowd of people. And as you look up to see what's casting the shadow, this ship is plummeting down. A ship that you recognize. And instantly, within a few moments of it colliding with a nearby building and stuff, the engines get kicked on. They roar to life. It's deafening to people who aren't robots. And the ship that you all have been flying on is now not too damn far above you.
Can I reach it?
You would have to make a check, and it would be very difficult.
Can I accept 2 strain to get the extra maneuver to have flicked that button to open up the doorway? You know what I'm talking about? 2 strain extra maneuver, open the doorway, the hatch.
I want to say no, but I will,
Why?
because you're piloting, but Cora can spend 2 if she'd like to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
That's fair.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Done. Do I need to roll anything?
So you take 2 strain and you'll just run over and flick the button. Flick the button at the point the engines get turned on, I'm assuming?
It's more, yeah, as soon as like we're stopped to the ground so they can get in.
Okay. Yep, that sounds good.
Okay.
It'll still be hovering. You won't be touching the ground with it. It'll still be hovering in the air, but
Cora
it gives
didn't
enough.
move. She can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You spend whatever.
Why would I have to use strain then?
Because you made a co-piloting check. You needed to spend an extra action.
Yeah, co-pilots, it was your action, and then it was a maneuver to move over there and a maneuver to open the door up.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Doxy.
No problem.
So it goes to Tara.
How close are you to me, Siam? Or how close is Siam to
You
me?
don't know off the top of your head. He disappeared before you disappeared.
Yeah.
So you're both in the crowd, but you don't know where each other is unless you want to make a perception check to see if you can find him.
I will do a perception check to see.
Okay? It's going to be hard because it's
Well,
crowded and
basically,
chaos.
I just want to jump up onto the ship.
That you just have to make a... If you don't care about where Siam is, you want to make a jump, that's just going to be a check for you.
Okay, I guess I'll yell out to Siam then.
'Kay.
And be like, I don't know. I don't really yell. I'm a robot though. So
Yeah, but you can make your voice louder. You can
I
still
will
sound
make
calm.
my voice louder, and it just says, "Siam, I think it is time to retreat."
Agreed.
Oh, wait, I wasn't done yet. I wasn't ready yet. I apologize. That was gonna be hard.
Damn,
I was.
good roll.
I know. Sorry. I gotta. Let me do what I want to do.
Darn it.
I'm going to
I'm probably gonna do a bad roll now.
use a dark side point
Of course.
to upgrade. Okay, you can roll now.
Give,
Still
give
not
us-
that hard for you, comparatively.
Got nothing.
All right. You make a leap, and you're within like oh, just barely. You can scrape the edge, and then you land, but you land fine. You don't like do damage to your legs or anything.
Okay.
NPCs. The sirens are still going, but there are troops pretty much littering the street at this point. And now they're going to start making perception rolls to see if they can find who they're looking for.
Oh no, no way.
All right. First perception check is going to be a little difficult for them, obviously, because they're in a crowd of people. Would any of you like to spend a light side point to make their roll more difficult?
Nah, dog.
Okay. I'm saying, I want to make sure.
We needed to get out.
We have the scan jammer on, so hopefully that's doing something.
Yeah, communications are near impossible.
Oh.
And yet they showed up so quick.
Not scanner, sorry, the comm jammer.
Okay. Let's go. He's just going to make a base roll for right now. Oops, wrong button. There it is. Why is it? Oh, that's right.
The suspense is killing me.
This is going to be a difficult roll for him. It's still chaotic here. Okay. He still is going to take 2 technically damage, as they are a pool of minions, more or less.
He dies of his own stress before he can say anything.
You actually, what you hear, you don't have any shots fired at you, but you hear somebody shout, "There he is! The Bothan with the," and he describes what you're wearing as the crowd starts to turn on you and push themselves away from you. Basically, where people are. You're easier to spot and easier people to shoot at. PC, who's taking the next roll?
I guess since he saw me, I should probably try to get on the damn boat.
All right.
Probably Siam.
Siam, it's going to be an athletics.
Are up to snuff.
Would you like to use a light side point
It's going to be an athletics check?
to
Is
jump?
that what you said?
Yes.
Oh no. It doesn't get much worse than that for Siam. A light side point's not even going to help. Tara, next time you're going to throw me. There's no way.
It might
I got
help.
1 green die in athletics.
Then it might help you.
The light side point, but we needed to get out of here once we. Oh god.
Oh,
You
that's
guys
true.
think, should I use it here?
If we only have one, then maybe no.
You know what? Siam is going to take a swig and make the jump. All right. Here we go.
Light side point or no?
Arms, huh?
Light
No,
side point? Okay.
Just going to go for it.
Okay.
And I'm going to succeed. Like
Sure.
that.
Ooh!
Okay. Never mind.
Oh.
You didn't
yeah.
get
I'm
too
going to
close.
trip and fall on my face before I even try to jump. But now I'm one with the whatever the kind of terrain this is. No one can see me.
Sure.
You're planking right now. You're just like,
Just
no
like
one can.
crawling into the crowd.
Okay. NPC round 2 is going to take shots at you.
Oh boy. Good thing I bought that new armor.
As they shout for you to put your hands up and your hands behind your back. Stop resisting as they shoot.
Well, damn, give me a chance to stop resisting, assholes.
Oh, what the hell? Why is my weapons all gone from my character sheet?
Those aren't the weapons you're looking for.
Right? Oh, my
Because they don't
weapons are
have
different.
any. They just don't.
All right,
have
I'm putting my own pool together then of basic shooting. I'll just go right off their skills. I had their weapons there. I don't know where that went. All right, that's fine. We'll go here, here. Not that. That. Cool. And versus that to shoot. He's within short. 2 to hit. He hits you once. So he fires a shot. As the crowd separates from you, it's not he fires a shot. 5 minions take shots at you, basically, as blaster bolts come flying in. One of them nicks you as you're on the ground, dealing... What's your soak?
3.
Dealing 2 damage.
Is it better now that you have better armor, or is it still
It's 1 better. It was 2 before. Now it's 3.
Yeah.
Ooh. Mhm.
Okay. That'll be NPC round 2. PC round... who wants to take the next PC round? Cora or Kyle? And what's the plan?
Step an inch lower.
So does it take my move action or my like action to yell to dude and tell him to get on the guns?
No. Speaking is free.
All right, John, get on the guns. And I'm going to sit.
And you guys either lower the ship more or help like lift us up.
Can you drop like some sort
yeah,
of rope
should I,
or cable?
Wiggle out
Or you like drop a cable or
to
something?
catch him?
I was gonna say you could probably find something in the ship very easily to lower down as in a rope, like Scott said, a cape. There are cables lying around.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Do that.
No problem. Do you want to tie it to something, or you want to hold it yourself?
Definitely tie it to something.
All right, we'll get to that. What kind of roll would it be to tie a knot? Like a good knot? Is there even a roll? Because they removed that in D&D back in the day, didn't they, Scott? Technically,
it used to be a use rope check, and then it became a dexterity check.
Yeah.
But I mean, do they really need to tie a knot? Just make a fucking rope. Anything to get some sort of handhold instead of just being,
hanging.
Or actually, what I would do is like toss it around something.
Gotcha.
And then use my weight to.
Oh yeah. Put your feet up like against the thing.
As a lever.
Sure. All right, yeah, that's easy. So, Cora, you'll go find a long cable somewhere, whip it around something,
I get Siam first.
and throw it down at the ladder.
Can help me hoist Tara.
Scott, what do you want to do with the last spot of initiative? You want to just keep it hovering at a decent area?
I'm going to keep it hovering, but because I didn't do something within this turn, I'm actually losing one of my benefits.
Okay.
We'll worry about that later on, but I'm just going to
keep it hovering.
Hold. Yeah.
Okay, that's I'm not gonna make you really make a pilot check on that. You're pretty much set where you need to be.
Yeah.
All right, top of the order. Who's taking the first one?
Is John getting on the guns?
You shouted, "Get on the guns!" and went to grab cable. You haven't seen much of John. You hear him scrambling. You don't know what he's doing yet.
He's not dead from a head injury.
No, he's not dead.
Darn it. We're good. Okay.
Sorry. I'm
Sorry.
gonna try to jump on that rope.
Oh,
Okay.
I really think Siam should go first.
Okay, yeah, we can have Siam go first.
Sorry,
can I do
I
anything
don't
to
think
help
that I'm
Tara
going to
get
be
up
able to
once I'm
lift you
up?
alone.
Say that again. I'm sorry, Siam.
Will we need help getting Tara up on the ship? I mean, with the rope. I don't know how much she weighs.
I mean, you're not sure. You don't know.
I'm very athletic though.
She is very athletic. That's a thing. She could even make the jump without the rope necessarily if she rolls well enough.
If you want to go first, Maggie, that's fine. Like you were trying first before. If you want.
No, you go first, bud. Go.
Would you like to use? Okay, so the rope is down, meaning the difficulty is going to be brought down to easy, 1 purple. Would you like to use a light side point?
I don't know if I want to use it here because we're going to need to get the hell out of Dodge. I think I'm just going to try climbing again.
All right, I'm going to use a dark side point.
Oh, you bastard! I mean that in the nicest of ways.
I know. Go ahead, make your roll.
Right. Well, despite your dark side point, Siam's on the ship. Boom.
And he is on the ship.
Hell yeah.
You're able to grab onto the, you easily reach the cable and hoist yourself up slowly as shots are being blasted at you from pretty much every direction, it feels like, at least in the chaos of it all. But eventually, Cora, you do see the first, like, paw/hand of Siam hit this, and then another one as he pushes himself up and is able to roll onto the ship.
The
shots as best you can.
Rifles, yeah.
All right. Bad guy's turn. Sorry, I was like, whose turn is it? It's bad guy's turn. Okay. They're going to make a perception check to see if they can see Tara here. No, Tara jumped. They saw Tara. That's not hard. So they're going to take a shot at Tara as best they can.
Could have been some music playing. Might have just been a rave.
Yeah, it was just jizz everywhere.
Oh, not again.
So much jizz.
All right.
Switching out my
Floods the streets.
switching out my A track right now. Getting the next song.
They miss wildly. They do not hit you. Tara, I'm assuming
Beastie
you're taking...
Boys. Can't stand it on my planet.
Tara, you are welcome to take your turn.
All right.
You want to make an athletics check? Let me ask before you roll. Don't roll yet. Are you using a light side point?
Do I want to use a light side point?
You
Probably
have
not.
two
Now
now.
that we have an extra.
We could use one to get you on and one to get the hell out.
What's your athletics look like?
I have 1 yellow and 3 green.
Ooh. It might be a waste.
That's what I was thinking.
But it's up to you. If you feel like you want to use it, I wouldn't be upset that you
It's
use
more
it.
if he uses a dark side point to counter it and that kind of thing.
I don't know if he'll tell us till after you decide whether.
No,
you're
yeah,
first.
we go first.
So are you gonna use light side point or no?
That's what I was asking them if they wanted me to.
Do
Otherwise,
it
I
just to
wouldn't.
counter. Yeah, if he does, just do it. We've got 2. We only need
Do
1
it.
to get out. Go ahead.
Alright.
Eat one.
I'm
All right.
using that light
Ooh,
side.
we might-
And I will use a dark side, and you'll get an upgrade, and I'll get an upgrade.
You'll get an upgrade of nothing.
All right.
Tell me when I can roll.
You are welcome to roll.
All right. I figured it was going to be that anyway. What?
Well, that's an interesting roll, Maggie. I like it.
Me
Very
too. I love it. Okay.
Maggie, this is awesome. Oh, I'm so excited.
Very advantageous despair.
Like she's in the ship.
She
but-
succeeds.
Like, I make it, but
Or
like
what?
something happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct. What happens? We'll find out next episode.
What? No, come on. We got one more hour left. It's okay. One more hour, you know?
What?
Hey, yo, I'm going to forget what
I will
we have
not.
set up.
I will
no,
not.
But like, I don't remember.
We'll see
what
you
I'm
in 5
saving.
days, everybody. I
No.
appreciate it.
No, we won't. No.
No. I know what's going to happen.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. We'll see. You'll see you in 5 minutes.
See you guys
5.
next week. Thank you guys so much
I
for
said
watching.
we vote. I said we vote.
No,
Put 5 up if you want 5
nope,
minutes.
it's not happening. I'm not giving a
Ma-
5-minute break.
Maggie?
I'm not.
10 up for 5 minutes.
I'm not
You
doing
tell
it.
me if
I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna use a light
Girls,
side
you're
point,
going to leave us hanging?
a light side point to give us 5
I
minutes.
totally
Left
can't.
as a cliffhanger. It's
No,
kind
you
of
can't. You can't do this because we're gonna re-roll light side points next time. It's gonna be all fucking dark side again, and we're gonna be screwed again.
Scott, what do you got going on this week? Where can people find you?
I'm playing this game for the next hour.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. We are gonna have all dark side. We
I
are gonna have all
know.
dark side points.
I
We are. We
know.
always have all dark side points.
Consider this
Yes!
your punishment for rolling 2 despairs.
You made me shoot that
Wait,
police
you
officer.
I did no such thing.
He twisted my arm. He threatened to kick me off the show. You guys know it out there.
Scott, where can people find you? What do you got going on this week?
The week's over,
cliffhangers
man.
are the worst.
That's true.
Week's over.
We'll
I'm
be back
playing
in a few days. We'll be back in a
playing
few days.
Video game tomorrow night, but you know what we
Nice.
can talk about is next Thursday. That's a week from yesterday.
That's true.
We will be going live here, Lost Initiative, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the first session of our new campaign. It is going to be prequel, the prequel session for Mathis and Wade for the characters that they're doing over there for our Dark Sun campaign we have coming up. So that will be fun.
It will be fun. I'm gonna have a good time with it.
Yeah.
Maggie,
Dark
where can
Sun.
people find you? What do you got going on this with the rest up until the
I
next
actually
episode?
don't want to show myself at all. I would like you to do one thing for me. If you can do one thing, is go to bit.ly/SVK4Kids. If you can, donate $1 to St. Jude Play Live, and just $1, and you can help save someone's life.
Say that again.
bit.ly.
Bit.ly
Doing it right now, guys.
Me too.
SVK, the number 4, and kids.
Link it in the chat.
Yeah, I can do it in chat.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was trying to do, but I'm not.
bit.ly/SVK4Kids, all in lowercase like that.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, help support that. I'm doing all kinds of ridiculous stuff as we hit different milestones. If you can't afford to donate $1 or anything else beyond that, you can just share it and tell other people about it. And that
Hell
is
yeah.
like the best way that you can help support me.
Balance all the darkness that happened in this episode with a lot of light. Donate to charity.
Does that mean we can start with a light point next episode for freebies?
No.
Oh.
We had 2 in the middle of combat. I don't know where our light side went. We just know we're not gonna have any light side points.
That's
the
not
only-
true. You guys rolled really well the last session. Doxy!
Yo.
Where can people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/ZER0DOXY or twitter.com/ZERODOXY. I play a variety of games and I have a 2-shooter. That's fun.
Hey, I know minions all too well.
Wait, are those the little yellow things?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with toilet humor, so my roommate brought it home from work and he was just like, you need to have this. I also have a poop pillow. Like, I can't not laugh at butts. I can't not.
Go Butts.
Go Butts.
Some butts are kind of cute though.
Oh, totally. I'm not saying they don't turn me on. They're just also really funny.
Wade! Yeah, I know. There's like a plane flying by or
Hold on,
something.
there's
That was a train outside there.
What
Oh.
the hell?
That's our ship taking off and being exploded by a
That was an Amtrak with a window open. That was
Star Killer
really
base
loud.
blew us up.
I know. Wade, where can people find you this week? What you got going on?
I don't even know what's going on this week. I've got the campaign, the Dark Sun campaign. That's Thursday at 9 o'clock, like Scott said. Wednesday we'll be back here for Dark Side bullshit. Other than that, I don't know. Streaming. I'm on YouTube, Lord Minion 777, Twitch Minion 777. This coming weekend, my fiance Molly is doing charity streams for St. Jude. I think Friday and Sunday.
Nice.
At twitch.tv/foxtrot44. She's trying to raise money for St. Jude, and I'll be doing that on the 19th, I believe is the date.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the good stuff going on. Other than that, a bunch of bullshit and losing hair over this campaign.
that means you're having a good time, I think.
Yeah, I got to kill police today, and Siam is actually not going to be happy about it. He does not like to kill good people. So
all right, there'll be some character development for him if he lives.
There will be.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to tweet about the show or tweet at the show, you can do so at Lost in It Show. There's a subreddit below. As well, you can go talk about the weekly episodes as they go live. If you're a sub and you missed it, VODs are available immediately after this session ends. You can go watch it here on Twitch, and it'll be free to watch on YouTube 2 or 3 days later afterwards. This will be up. This will still be up before Wednesday's show, though. I can promise you that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.
I hate you, Mathis.
I'm pretty mad.
It's not my fault.
You suck.
I'm
It's a
excited.
little bit your fault.
It's not
It's
my
all your
fault.
fault. 100%. You suck.
See, I'm going to
Shave
kill
your
somebody.
head.
It was a good week.